Hello, Ben Garrett here, Brad Logan here.
Hey, we already had people that stopped by to say hello.
Yes.
We're live here, captured on location from 10 to 12 today, and we'll get to all our responses to help make it happen. The proprietor of this booth could not have made it happen without this.
My guy Drew Warren. Drew and Chip and everybody. Look at this Drew back here. We're happy. Modern movement. My co-nephew Dawson running the production for us. LSU's coming from the building. I want to see y'all. All you got to do. I said a couple of ours showed up. Rep from Ole Miss Spirit.com said, hey, we dropped some knowledge about some things. It's an exciting time. People starting to pour in. Like I know for the last day and a half, it's been bumper to bumper in town.
Yeah,
it's insane. It was real easy coming in, but it's still early. And a game is kicking off, a very important football game, the most consequential football game.
In today's show, we could not do what we do without our friends at Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Brian, the entire team, Mason, his team, they are rocking and rolling just east of Kroger, up on the hill, on the left. Go by and tell them you heard about it on the drive home as we were here outside the state. I just can't wrap my mind around it. It's a college football
It's
playoff
cold.
game. It is cold. And our friends at Chick-fil-A, thank you so much, both on West Jackson and in Northeast Oxford. Chick-fil-A, our proud friends there. Hill Counseling, also Chad Clardy and his team do a wonderful job all across the state. There'll be more to come from Hill Counseling. And then Built Different Fitness. It's a great location on West Jackson. We're going to have some.
The quality is rough, fellas.
Okay, we're working on it.
All right, here we go. We're figuring it out. Look at
so
baby.
Different Fitness. We appreciate all those girls that have made it possible. So we're working on our quality. Once again, we're from Wi-Fi, so we're trying to make it as best as we can. Kickoff is scheduled for 2:30 Central here in Oxford. And one thing I will pass along, I was told this morning, we will not be leading the team through the Walk of Champions today. It will be the players. As I was told, it's all about the players and people leading the team out today.
You're going to have to be the one that fixes the internet if they haven't. I don't know how to do that. Cutting me on, Brad. I'm just vibing today. We good? How about now? Can you hear me? Somebody asked for a score prediction in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. I've been feeling weird, like you said, so Pittsburgh leading out on the Walk Champion, right?
Yes.
Interesting. But also I think the way he handled things has been really impressive, specifically in regards to keeping the focus and the onus on the players. It's really windy out here. The Wi-Fi, we're hanging on by a thread. We're doing it. Maybe we have to attach to Drew Horn's Wi-Fi in a second if it's still rough. But right now, we're just getting our feet under us here at the in the Grove, right across the street from the pavilion, actually, the Annie Barber building. It's a pretty cool spot. And as far as score predictions, the person that asked for one, I don't know how I felt about it all week. Honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how I felt about it. Not that I didn't think Ole Miss was going to win. I do think Ole Miss is going to win. The issue for me is the vibes have been a little off, right? Because it hasn't been specifically or strictly on the players and the game and stuff coming up. But now that we're getting closer to it and seeing how Pete's handled this, and now you tell me he's not going to be doing Walk of Champions, I say Ole Miss 38, Tulane 20. How about that?
So the picture's not great, but they can hear, so that's okay. We're looking as good as we can, but they can hear us. So
okay,
good.
so they can hear us.
Yeah, I received a text this morning.
We got to log on to Drew's
We might
internet.
have to do that.
Yeah.
So long story short, Chris Doyle reported yesterday at the SEC Network that Pete wouldn't be leading the team through.
Okay.
And then I received confirmation this morning that would be the case. So this is yet another tip of the hat to the players. And let's be honest, a shot across the bow to the previous administration that Ole Miss.
Archie showed up.
Yeah. So this is a shot across the bow. At the end of the day, you've got Ole Miss and players. They're going to be leading the team. The players will lead themselves to the Grove.
As it should be. You go fix that.
Okay.
Go
check it out.
Brad's going to take we got to make this look good. We're going to be here for a couple hours now as Drew gets the windy tent from falling away. But yes, I think, as Brad, you were alluding to, brought to you by is this podcast, Roofing, 626444297. The Ole Miss Spirit, OleMissSpirit.com, Freedom on 3. Already been visited by people like Rambling Reb at the Ole Miss Spirit today. It's been really fun, but I do like that Pete has kept the focus on the players, as Brad noted, leading them through the Walk of Champions. How are you doing? They're fired up for the game. The game's going to be back there. Starting at 2:30 p.m. Central Time. It's against Tulane. Producer Dawson's hanging on for us. He's trying to figure it out. Brad's trying to figure out, make it look better. But I think the way Pete's handled this is the only way he could have handled it, honestly. If you had to kind of grade it out, be it the high school recruiting piece, the lead up to the college football playoff, the awkwardness of the staff transition stuff, having LSU coaches in the building, and then to come around and let the players lead the Walk of Champions, not the coach and not Theo Vaughn. No disrespect to Theo Vaughn, not Juice the dog Kiffin. Instead, the players themselves, it just shows what Pete Golding's all about, how he's put his different spin, on this program specifically. While for Lane, it was a cult of personality, for Pete Golding, it's about featuring the players. And the players that I'm paying attention to today are the obvious, like Trinidad Chambliss, like Kewan Lacey. But the question is in the margins, where Ole Miss will really win or lose this game. Guys like Wydett Williams, who've been absolutely incredible for Ole Miss this year, and he's one and only season to transfer from ULM, Louisiana Monroe, originally from Delta State. He's their sixth highest graded starter on defense. William Eccles is number one. He's had a great year, and he just re-signed this week. Other guys re-signed, including Sincere and Perkins. So the train doesn't – I'm always ready. See, I don't have to get ready, folks. I stay ready. We're back. See, we just need to get the technical difficulties figured out. cool nephew Dawson over there is the producer. It's his first time. Doing a great job. Brad Logan's over there sweating through his suit and tie. But we're here, man. We're live from the Grove. Brad, get over here and talk to me. Jake Retzlaff's a better quarterback today than he was when Ole Miss came in here last time. 45-10 is not what's going to happen today. I expect fully for Tulane to give Ole Miss much more of a game. It'll probably be really uncomfortable for the first little bit. And then Ole Miss, I think, will separate. The question is what that's going to look like, what this team is going to look like. Will you notice, do you think, Brad Logan, you join me, do you think you'll notice things out there? Do you think you'll show up in John Summerall's? Do you think you'll notice it? Do you think he shows up in John Summerall's box?
Which you do not. But I do think we'll notice Lane not being on the sideline early. At that point, I think it's going to be Pete's team.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be his team very soon. And I think a lot of people, and I've said this before, so many people are not talking about Joe Judge. So many people are not talking about how much Joe Judge stood in front of the media and talked about how excited he was to be at Ole Miss. So many people are not talking about people like Joe Judge, players like William Eccles, players like Suntarine Perkins, wanting to be Ole Miss Rebels. And I think that goes a long way. And there's been so much talk between LSU, Ole Miss, and so many, backs and forths. At the end of the day, Ole Miss is playing in the college football playoff right behind me. LSU is not. Now, there will be a time and a place to talk about the transfer portal. Today is not that day. Today is about history. And I've said all along, there are going to be a lot of people in this stadium.
Here.
What's up, dog?
Come here. Whit's here. Whit, get right here. Whit is from B&A Bank. You know that bank I always bring up?
What's
That's Whit's here. Whit from B&A Bank. What's the number? Do you know the number to B&A?
662-534-8171.
8171. B&A Bank branches in Albany and Tupelo. Your hometown bank. And this man right here, he'll do your mortgage for you. Tell him, Whit. Wait to him, Whit. Right here, right, live from the Grove. And Whit said, woo! Hey, give me a score prediction.
Ooh. I'm going to go.
38-20.
Oh, man, I was close. I was going 34-20.
34-20, 38-20. What about you?
I'm thinking like 38-17.
38-17. So no one's really thinking we're getting upset here today.
I think it's going to be a good ball game, honestly. But Ole Miss obviously on top.
Rebs on top. Rebs on top. Going to the Sugar Bowl. Thank you, Whit. Oh, it's Ty. Look at all my friends showing up. This is Ty Husky. He's my way out here.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Ty's got a mustache now. He went to Michigan and grew a stash. Can you believe it? It's a fantastic stash. How are you doing? Straper. Never mind. This is one of my oldest friends. Draper said, folks are watching.
Hello.
From Albany, Mississippi, coming in from San Francisco, California, folks. Big old here in Oxford, Mississippi. Hey, Chris, come on, Chris. Come get you some. Hey, Chris,
Let's go 49.
49. How are they getting there?
Chambliss.
Okay. 49. Two tutties rushing by one Trinidad Chambliss.
I'm going to post a more picture of when the housewife when he got fired there.
These are my people. These are my people. I love them. I haven't seen him so long. I want to get up and give him a bear hug.
But hey, go ahead, Ben. I want to talk to Ty for a minute. So, Ty, man, it's great to see you again. I've seen you for years in the sports, but I can't say hello in person. To do that today. And this is a season that's been incredible on a number of levels, both, I guess, positive and negative. The loss of a head coach, but then you got a brand new coach, big goal, and one. Yeah, I mean, so just kind of your overall thoughts on this year and just how crazy it's been.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable on this fan. I mean, a lot of highs and lows of emotions going through the whole Kiffin saga. I was telling somebody the other day, I would go through it all again because for the first time this year, I woke up every single all Saturday and believed we had a chance to win. I didn't necessarily think we'd win every one of them, but I believed we had a chance to win one of them. It was incredible. As somebody who was in school here from 04 to 08, the 4 worst years of Ole Miss football, it's just been a totally different dynamic. So, I mean, 11 season, I'm all in with Pete Golding now. I love everything he's said and done. Brings me on the field, behind him. It's incredible.
Tell me what you're doing now.
I'm actually back up in Michigan. I went home to Michigan. I'm working in public relations for General Motors. I'm in the plant up there, so I'm still in the communication space a little bit, different side of it, obviously from being a journalist now to PR, but I enjoy it. We're all up there. It was fun.
Tell me what it means to you personally to come to a college football playoff game in Oxford.
I cannot believe it's December in Oxford, Mississippi, and we're at a college football playoff game. I've been pinching myself all morning. This is just an incredible scene. I mean, Christmas in the Grove. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be here. This is everything. I mean, when we had the opportunity to make this trip happen, there's no question we were going to do it.
Let's talk about Pete Golding just for a moment. An Elvis State guy, grew up in Louisiana, salt of the earth, really. Married a lady from Cleveland. This is a situation where you kind of get a hometown guy. Not really a hometown, but kind of is. Looking at Pete Golding, I was told this morning he would not be walking the team to the world championship with players. He's taken all the emphasis off of the head coach and putting it on the players.
And that's where it needs to be right now, right? As he said earlier, these guys are the ones who deserve all the attention. I love that he canceled his opening press conference. And again, to keep the spotlight on the players. He is saying and doing all the right things. Couldn't be more appreciative of the approach to it. And I think tonight, when they announced Pete Golding for the first time in that stadium, we may have a seismic reading in Oxford, Mississippi.
So Trinidad Chambliss is a great story, along with Juan Lacey, out of Missouri, as you know, originally committed to Ole Miss, here in Missouri. And then Austin Smith goes, it's been kind of one of those seasons. For one, what do you think between those two? What was the biggest, I guess you could say, result of offense? And secondly, what game kind of jumps out to you on the schedule this year that Ole Miss kind of came away and you thought, I need to file that one away. That was okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think first and foremost, like just winning all the games, even the close ones like Arkansas, Kentucky, I never felt like we're in danger of losing that game. And that's a very different feel of what I experienced with Ole Miss football. So I think the fact that we reached that level where it was never in doubt, even when close, was a huge step forward. I'm a huge Trinidad Chambliss fan. I mean, obviously being from Michigan and being it's kind of a cool thing. He left Division II, champion for Garrett State, and then came down here. He's been an incredible jolt of life offense, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad he wants that. That's been great.
What have you enjoyed seeing coming out?
As much as things change, they stay the same. It's believe I've been away for 10 years now. Just being on the square last night, being the Christmas lights, walking around, running into folks, their faces, seeing you, then it just feels like home. I mean, I love back here every chance I get. We think a lot about coming back to Oxford at some point. It's just incredible to be just to town right now.
It's great person. I will, and thank you for coming to the name that a lot of Ole Miss fans that are watching and listening to right now. So thanks for really appreciate it. We cannot do what we do without all of our sponsors today. A special thank you to my sponsor, We'll keep your box on the table. We'll kind of stop blowing. It's been one of those days that wind is really, really bumping today. I want to say a special thank you to all of our sponsors. Chick-fil-A, of course, on West Jackson Avenue and Northeast Oxford. So I want to say a special thank you. It's off, so just don't step on it. And also Built Different Fitness. I want to say a special thank you to Built Different Fitness.
There it is.
Secondly, I want to say a big thank you to Ted Clardy and the Heal Center.
How are you?
We're putting it together here. Hold on, everybody. And a special thank you everybody that made everything possible. Built Different Fitness. That's on West Jackson Avenue. We're going to be giving away not a subscription, a membership. Yeah, I got it right. Here next hour. So stay tuned. Work through internet issues. Stay with us. We think everybody's texting to think here is good. They're having a hard time seeing it. Stay with us. It'll be more. I guess got to but thank you to Kyle. Those guys are great, man. We're good. We're good on internet connection back there.
Is it still bad? Still rough. Still bad to do this, huh?
No, we're audio's good. The video is not doing good.
Well, that's
since we can connect to yours. take it away for a minute.
Well, I'll simply say this. This has been
I have a copy of.
no, I do, and guess who else does? Drew Horn.
Drew Horn? Hey, Drew Horn.
Drew Horn does, former manager for Ole Miss baseball.
I know
Who
Drew.
says hey to Jeff too. Jeff is a little local celebrity.
Like I got to-do seat, I guess. And
Well,
Or
Brad's
Brad.
over there figuring out how to
Brad.
make the internet work in the Grove.
okay.
So let me ask you. You're Mr. Ole Miss historian. This is a historic day, right?
It is.
Hype me up, Jeff.
Well, I mean,
He doesn't have the energy, does he? Hype me up,
it's
Jeff.
been a long week so far trying to get ready for this day.
What? Okay, how? How has it been long for you, Jeff?
Well, you came by the house one day.
I
That
did.
makes it long. 'Cause it's like, I had to put up with all that. But
Yeah, that's true. Brad's got the internet working, Jeff. Can you believe it? All right,
Yeah.
give me a score prediction,
So have I
Jeff
not been on
Robertson.
there or anything?
Jeff Robertson,
Hey,
former.
Jeff,
Yeah, give me a score prediction.
Ole Miss 45, Tulane 10.
You're just gonna call back dude. Give me a real score prediction. He's predicting the score from September
Okay.
because he's lazy and refuses to
All right.
take a stand on anything.
Ole Miss 38-17.
That's about what I said. I said,
Okay.
yeah, I like that. I said 38-20.
Yeah.
You know, I do feel like it's going to be closer, though.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more uncomfortable.
I really thought the first game would be closer because I just thought it would. I got no reason for particular. I was kind of concerned about it, and then I looked up in the fourth quarter. It's 45-3.
Jake Retzlaff's gotten better, and Ole Miss has had trouble with dual threat quarterbacks. But I want to ask you about the historical nature of this
Well,
right
good.
here.
I probably know
Listen,
more
this
than
is somebody. If y'all didn't know about Jeff, let that go. Y'all didn't know about Jeff. He was quite one of the principal people in bringing Mike Bianco to Ole Miss. Like, you were part of this hiring process, weren't you?
that. Well,
You can say it now. It's like
as a journalist. Yes, I was writing about it. Let's just
Okay.
call it that.
okay. Well, let me just say this.
That's been a while ago.
You've been around Ole Miss sports for a long time. Put this day in historic perspective from somebody that's seen it back, the Sloan years.
This is the greatest December 20th football game ever in Ole Miss history. No, I'm kidding. It's it's
Get out of here.
it's special. I mean, it's what we've been
Yeah.
playing. It's
You're bringing the vibe down.
I keep reading and hearing from people who say, "Would you want to buy so you didn't have to play a first round game?" And then I see some people on social media and all that are jealous that Ole Miss and Oklahoma and Texas A&M and others are getting the host. They're just sitting around waiting over in Georgia today. They would like to be doing this too, but they'll get the chances on January 1st to play again.
Name the other game that would have contended with this game for the most important in Ole Miss history on December 20th. You smart aleck.
December 20th.
Yeah, he couldn't do it because
There's not one.
exactly.
There's only been, I know,
When did Ole Miss play in the Motor City Bowl in '97?
December 26th.
Yeah.
It was an important game,
It was.
and we won.
Yeah, Randy
And I
Moss still went off. But
And I
like,
went with all your friends, Chuck Ronsvold and Bruce Newman.
is Bruce wearing his hoe shirt today?
If you want him to, he probably is.
Hey,
Did you-
Bruce. Bruce, like, you know how many people come to me and said host today?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it even 10:30 yet? Is it
Yeah.
10:30? No, it ain't even 10:30.
You're
yet.
everybody's new Santa Claus.
If only I knew how to make money off of it, Jeffy. If only I knew how to make
Well,
some.
that's what one of my friends over here just asked me. It's like, has Ben making a lot of money off this? I don't
No,
know. Hope so.
we still got a job though. We too blessed to be stressed. God is good, bro. We above ground. Almost playing like in the college football playoff in a couple hours.
And the weather. I mean,
And
I'm in
even
I've only
your
been in charge of the
doomsday
weather.
Jeff that can't even bring me down.
I'm in charge of the weather. Me and Brad Logan.
Yeah. Okay. So
I got to
historically,
hang out with Sidney last night. That was fun.
that is nice. Well, good. Well, good. You guys sales doing?
Book sales great. As I make a joke every once in a while, a friend of mine wrote a book and said, how book sales go, and he said book giveaways are great, book sales are just okay.
Yeah,
But we're doing good. I think people love Ole Miss baseball.
Yeah. Well, and again, I have a signed copy from both authors of the stories of.
Well, you both in there, you and
There
me
is.
and Chase.
When we went to
Omaha.
Omaha, yeah. When Ole Miss went and won his first and only national championship, we were there.
I know it's your favorite story.
Yeah, we stayed in the jungle room. All it is, like, I paid, like, we all paid the same amount, and I slept on the couch. That make sense.
Yeah, well,
Right?
lowest on the.
Oh, Lois. No, he's like two more hamburgers away from the nursing home, and Chase is just bougie. You know what I mean? I'm just north of Mississippi. I can sleep on the couch. I'll be fine.
And there goes Bruce Newman right now.
Bruce, on your home shirt. Bruce Newman's here, who was just going up. Where's the home shirt? Bruce is coming over here now.
Like Christmas scarf gear and everything.
Hey, we need to do another. We need to go on.
This on.
Brad, you do some people.
Hey, Jim.
Get out of here.
Thanks, brother. Hit that.
It's Rose. Romero Miller's here. Everybody, let's applaud for Romero Miller. I love that. It's Rose.
Yeah. Hit the camera so I can.
Romero Miller.
Romero Miller joins me. First of all, New York City.
Oh man, it was a good time, man. It was my first time Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And so when I Ole Miss, you know what, this is a great time to go. It was a great environment. We didn't get the win as well.
Yeah, the thing that was posted online about all the players that signed, their support for Pete. What did it mean to you on that, and what are your thoughts on Pete and kind of the former players surrounding Pete going this team?
Well, I've always said, coaches come, coaches go.
Yeah.
But true rebels, we're gonna be here forever. And whoever we bring in, and we support that person is gonna be okay. I look back at it when Hugh Freeze was here. He had a lot of success.
Yeah.
And he didn't have the leadership from top to bottom for the chancellor down to Walker Jones down to Keith. So if the fans involved, like we're showing that we are now, he can be successful.
You've always been a huge advocate for the university, kind of leading the charge. Von Patterson, I talk to him a lot. I know he does a lot for player relations. What does it mean to you? I know it's maybe hard to put into words, but this team's playing a college football playoff game here in Oxford, December, Christmas football. It's got to be really cool for a former player, especially one of your magnitude that played so well.
Man, it means the word to all of us, not only the ex-football players, but even the alumni. We talk about going to the playoff. This has been a vision, and we wanted it for so long, and now we're here. Not only here, we got Tulane at home. We're picked to win. We go out here and handle our business. We go to the Sugar Bowl. So, you know what? I'm just enjoying this ride just like everybody else, and hopefully we get down to the Sugar Bowl and win this game, get out to the Sugar Bowl, and then go after that.
When as a player, I'd love to get your thoughts. What are some games you remember fondly? That really just stick away. If I come up to you and say, hey, I played quarterback at Ole Miss, what stories do you tell?
Well, when I walk out in the Grove right now, about 5 people are going to come up and say, hey, I remember that pass Deucer to you against Mississippi State. So everybody remember that play. Then on this side, you always remember beating LSU. I remember, I think it was 98. I hit Corey Peterson in the north end zone, and he got hit at the 1 yard line. The ball went up in the air, it came back down. And that was actually my favorite play playing here. And then, you always – the losses stick out more so than all the wins, But we had some great times here. We didn't make it as far as these guys right here, but I'm enjoying this ride, and I'm on a train. I'm with these guys as far as.
I know your second life is in the world of insurance. Tell us a little bit about that, where you're located, and how folks can get in touch with you and can support a Rebel if they need some insurance.
Yeah, man. I've been there 10 years. I'm in Olive Branch. We service Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, and Louisiana. They can just call us, look online at romeromiller.com, Google. Just give us a call, ask to speak to me or my team. We'll knock it out for you.
And that's State Farm Insurance, right?
Yes, sir.
What all forms of insurance are you providing?
Man, we do it home, auto, life, health. We all over the board.
He's Romero Miller. I don't know anybody that would be better suited to talk about a college football team like Ole Miss playing in the college football playoff. And before I let you go, Romero, I've got to ask you, what's it going to feel like walking in the stadium knowing that Ole Miss has got a chance to play for a national championship?
Man, it's the best feeling in the world, man. I know I'm excited for everything that the game day, what they got going on with the elf hats and all the way down to the drone show and stuff like that. We waited a long time, and it just seemed like everybody has done a great job putting this together, and hopefully make it a memory for us for the next 30 years.
That's awesome, Romero. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy the Grove. Enjoy the game. Thank you, buddy. That's Romero Miller joining us here on the show. Could not do what we do without all of our sponsors today. A special thank you to Alan Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Mason and the entire team, along with Brian, have been with us at the very beginning. Drive Home show started as a post-game show in the end zone with no sponsors, with nothing. We made a call and jumped on board immediately. They've been with us since the very beginning. We could not do it without them. I want to say a special thank you to Lance and his entire team at Chick-fil-A, West Jackson, and also in Northeast Oxford. They jumped on board for us for the entire college football playoff. Thank you to that crew. Hill Counseling in Jack, Florida, a huge Ole Miss fan. Hill Counseling is an incredible organization that takes care of people all across the country. Built Different Fitness. We'll have more for them. They're, of course, located in West Jackson Avenue. They could be your location today to get in shape and go by and see them and tell them you heard about it on the drive home. He's been Garrett. I'm Brad Logan. We're living a dream, folks. We're outside of Vaught Hemingway Stadium. We're here with our good friends. What I've learned are all from New Albany. And which
No,
is
these
awesome.
aren't from New Albany. These are all other friends. These are more friends.
And so it's really been cool. But
This
tell
Tyler Keith
us,
right there.
Tyler
You want to do
Keith-
some?
Yeah, I'm going to talk
Tell
to
me
Tyler
all the people
Keith.
on the street over here.
Yeah, let's meet. Let's. Can you turn the camera just a little bit?
The way that
Let's start with Tyler Keith. And Tyler, tell us a little about who you are. And we've been following us. You've been a supporter of us for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute too. I'm from Central Mississippi, been an Ole Miss fan all my life. With or without the Kiffin thing, I'm just a big fan of Ole Miss history. I love history.
no doubt.
I saw last night an ESPN report said the fans are angry. It's whatever. I think it's more frustration. We've been and like this. We went to the Peace Bowl a few years ago. This bigger bowl weekends once we win the next, we want stuff higher. And I talked to a state friend of mine. Well, we're gonna win our bowl game. I mean, we may lose and play. We're playing for national, and that's all.
Just a little bit. So you talk about Ole Miss and being a celebration. Is it fair to say that this is a bit of a cathartic experience? So much going on with the loss of a head coach. Now Pete Golding coming in is kind of changing the dynamic, not making it about the coaches and making it more about the players now. In your opinion, is there going to be just when Pete runs the team out and everybody goes, okay, now let's go play football and quit all the other stuff outside the lines? Is that fair to say?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I was that way when we actually announced Pete as the head coach. I've got a lot of LSU fans, and I say it's LSU anymore. It's not Louisiana State. It's Lane's University.
Yeah.
So it is. Lane is the face of that university now. Something is here now. Like Pete said, it's all about the players.
Yeah.
You know, Pete's not going to lead the team. The team's going to lead Pete.
Yeah.
And that's to me the biggest thing. We could have had 2 Heisman candidates this year. Pick one, Trinidad or Lacey, but it was about Lane. So yeah, getting away from that to me is one of the biggest things. That's what I said, like a celebration.
Well, we'll have a chance. Thank you, Tyler. It's good to see you. Jeff, can I holler at you a second? Hey, thanks for coming by. We appreciate all your support. You've been a supporter for us since the very beginning. We appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jeff, come here just for a second. I didn't get a chance to talk to you.
I want this to be a little calmer than Ben's.
It's kind of all over the place. But look, I want to ask you, you and I exchanged text messages. It was a really good Chase did. I want to talk to you just a minute about it. Still a chance possibly to get one at Square Books?
Oh yeah, Chase and I signed a bunch of them yesterday, just so people could go by today or yesterday and get some, or for Christmas or anytime. I mean, they're there. So we'll have them. This and one thing about this book is it's not dated, so to speak. I mean, these stories will be good. Good, I say good. Hopefully good. Hope everybody enjoys them forever. I mean, because they're stories from the past, and a lot of people will know a lot of people in there. So I think people will enjoy it from now on. That's the hope.
Yeah, and it was really cool. I actually saw my Bianco and Obi's the other night, and we chatted for just a little bit and talked about a lot of different things. But I saw he posted on social media about how he would love for folks to come by and get the book. That says a lot to get the endorsement of the guy that actually won the championship.
It does, and we've always had a great relationship with Coach Bianco, and I've covered the baseball team for even before here, and then Chase has covered it the last 20 years or so, and so we just felt like we wanted to do this with Coach Bianco and the program winning a national championship, it opened some doors for some other publications like the book Chase did right after the championship, Resilient Rebels, and then another book that I worked on with Neil White and Nautilus Publishing, and now this book. So, people love Ole Miss baseball. They really do.
And it's really interesting. Nothing better on Christmas morning to open up a gift and to have an Ole Miss gift. And why not have a book written by Jeff Robertson that's so well written, and Chase Barham as well. They did a phenomenal job, and I just want to tell you I appreciate what you did.
Thank you for the endorsement and the advertisement and the promotion.
I get that, but man, I think it's important to appreciate good work, and so that's why I want to pass it along.
And we're passionate about it. And I don't know which writer it was, about Willie Morris or William Faulkner. Somebody says you write best about what you love most or you're most passionate about. And Chase and I are passionate about this place and that program, and I speak for him. I guess I shouldn't speak for him, but I know how. That's why we wrote this book.
Yeah, I've told both of you I've enjoyed it. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate you coming by today. Man, it's good to see you again.
I got one question. What's the score?
Oh, I'm going to go 34-17.
Everybody's around the ball.
Yeah, I'm 38-17.
38-17.
So tell me what's going on.
Just trying to get back. I moved back to California in August, and
Tell about who you are.
Oh, sorry. So Jake Davis worked at the Oxford Eagle for a few years, and then working at Oxford High School, and kind of moved back to California. I'm Californian originally, but when I was here, we did not have a winning season the 4 years that I was in school here, and so that's been my thing is just trying to appreciate every moment of it, right? This is a unique era for Ole Miss football, and it's going to be hard to replicate, right? And I'm confident in Pete Golding, and I'm happy about that decision and looking forward to the future. We got to appreciate it, make it in. We don't get December football in Oxford very often, and so it's something that we gotta take. We can't take for granted, right? One quick. Hey, Ben, are we streaming on Twitter/X?
Yes, we're streaming on my
Okay.
account. My account at Spirit Ben.
Okay. When you watch this season, I'd love your thoughts on this. You've covered the program for a couple of years. Obviously, went to school here. What game stood out to you this year that you thought, okay, they may have figured this thing out?
So obviously, right, the LSU game early in the season was one that we all kind of pointed to, but then it was that Georgia game, I think, right? Even despite the loss, I think I think Charlie Weiss said that he called almost a perfect game that game.
Yeah.
And he wants another chance at it, and so I think that was one that they got that fourth down stop right late in the game. I think that might have changed the momentum. I think that might have, things might have been turned up differently. And a win in Athens would have been the cake for this season. And so I think everyone is kind of hungry. We're not trying to look too far forward, right? We understand this is a good Tulane team. But I think a lot of fans are hungry for that Georgia rematch, right? And trying to see if we can get there and get another chance at them in a neutral site.
There's distraction on both teams. One, obviously, new head coach Miss, but then you got a distraction too. Tulane's head coach he's so it's both these teams are kind of going through this. From a distraction standpoint, how do you think Ole Miss has handled it?
I think it's about as good as you can handle it, right? And so between the whole the last few seasons, and there was the reports still shouting that out every time that I haven't confirmed that everything. I'm not around the team anymore, but heard that rumor that TJ Daugherty said something to Lane about why aren't you wearing purple in practice one day, and it's just one that I think they are it's a different level of professionalism now, right? And we see these guys are getting paid. They're essentially professional athletes, and with that money, right, there's a different level of maturity, and so it's more akin to professional sports now, and you have to just take care of your own business, right? That's their motto, is 1-0 every week, and I think that's kind of been the focus, and it's props to them, because that's a really hard situation to be in, and I think they've handled it about as well as you can.
So tell us what you're doing now.
I'm actually back at my old high school. I'm teaching and coaching. I grew up playing water polo, which is a foreign sport to most people out here.
This is where now?
It's San Diego. So I'm back. I'm back in San Diego coaching water polo and teaching at my old high school. So,
is it true that the weather at San Diego is fantastic?
it is. When I left on Thursday, it was 82 and sunny.
behind you.
Oh gosh,
There he is.
What's up, Sudo?
Just walks
Good to
over
see you,
on
brother.
Sunrise Drive. What's up, man? Good to see
Doing
you.
all right. Good to see you.
Yeah.
But no, when I was getting on the plane Thursday, it was 82 and
Awesome. Hey, come on up here, man.
Break for a second. Got Sudo here. First, somebody wanted to know, what do they want to know? The producer Dawson. They want an update on Frank Wilson. They hear LSU's trying to keep him out. What do you think, Sudo?
Listen, I'd be shocked. But why would Frank Wilson want to sit at LSU? He could coach for a team in the college football playoff. That's a real question.
Boy, I heard that. I have not heard that LSU wants to keep. They do keep that spot over Kevin Smith for weeks. Obviously, Frank Wilson is a coveted coach, and I still think he joins Ole Miss's staff after December 27th in the Texas Bowl.
Yeah, not to mention the complete switch from the LSU fan base, Frank Wilson, after you bragging about him and how great he is and recruiter.
Hilarious.
It's also kind of sad.
And also the most fan thing ever.
Yeah.
Like they always whenever you sign high school players.
Yeah.
They're all going to be the next great thing. How many times was Corvick Neat the next extra McCluster?
Corvick Neat. You remember who I talk about? Remember Devin Thomas?
Remember Jesse Grandy?
Jesse Grandy. You remember Pat Patterson?
Pat Patterson's a good one. I've been asking him to score. Frank Wilson, I expect to be on Ole Miss's staff. I hadn't heard anything. Maybe that's true.
Who said that?
Just one of the commenters. They wanted to know. And I haven't asked specifically, what do you think about the game today, man? It's here. Today is very nice and pretty. We've been getting a lot of people show up and say hey to us. Give me a quick preview of the game.
Speaking of nice, how good is my buddy Ben? Man, he's got his Ray-Bans on. You got to see the quarter zip, man. I love it today. This is great.
You wear layers when you're fat.
I wear layers too.
I said what I said.
I feel great about it, man. I think the first time around, you and I were a little. We thought Tulane was going to bring out a better matchup. We thought highly of Jake Retzlaff, and then after watching Ole Miss win by 35 points, I do think that obviously things have changed, but this team is confident, and I think they can pull it out. That's just how I feel about it.
Tulane has won 8 of his last 9. Jake Retzlaff actually understands what he's doing now in this system. 3,000 yards passing, 600 yards rushing, 30 total touchdowns, but you still think Ole Miss takes care of business?
Rebs by 100, Benny.
100?
Rebs by 100, man. It's playoff time in Oxford, Mississippi. It's nothing like it, man. It's never been done before.
I haven't ever seen Oxford like this.
The energy is going to be unmatched. I said on the pod, I'll say it again. When Pete runs them out, it's going to be the loudest pop in the history of Hemingway Stadium. There's been nothing like it. Nothing else will be the same for probably a while compared to when Pete runs his team out of the tunnel today.
Are we sitting each other outside?
We're sitting by each other inside.
That's what she said.
I think. All right. It's just who we got on? How many people we got on right now?
About 2,000.
Let's go.
27. Well, that's just on the stream. Let's see about on the Twitters. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this together. Give me a score prediction.
I'm gonna go 31 to. We'll give them 17.
Everybody's in the same ballpark. That worries me.
Yeah, 31 to 17. I think that's fair.
But everybody's in the same ballpark. I said 38-20. I'm hearing 34-17.
Yeah.
We're all in the same ballpark.
I think 4 touchdowns, a field goal. Maybe you give up a couple to them. Make it kind of a game at some point. But I think the refs pull away.
Isudu Upadea, thank you, friend. You going to hang out for a minute?
Yeah, I was going to come hang with you for a
minute. All right, Brad, I'm getting back to you. Here's Brad Logan taking us this time. Riverland Roofing, 662-644-4297. RiverlandRoofing.com, the Ole Miss Spirit, OleMissSpirit.com, affiliate on 3. As long as Ole Miss is in the playoff, new members can sign up for 50% off. The Ole Miss Spirit, OleMissSpirit.com. Nice.
Wow, what a day. Coming up here and let's visit. I want to say a special thank you to T. Whites and Tyler White and the entire team at Custom Tyler White Tees, my personal sponsor on the Logan Media Network, all of our college football coverage of the Ole Miss Rebels in the playoff. Special thank you to Chick-fil-A, West Jackson Avenue, and also in Northeast Oxford. Also a special thank you to Heal Counseling. A special thank you to those guys and girls. A special thank you to Built Different Fitness and Allen Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Wild times, my friend. How are you?
Oh, I've been great. Living the dream. What about yourself?
We're in the college football playoff, man. It's awesome. Tell me a little bit about who you about who you are, first of all.
First off, I'm Derek. I'm from New Orleans and went to Ole Miss. I was a manager and stuff for the football team
What
back
year
in
were
the,
you?
I was 2011 and 2015. So I was a manager and stuff for Hugh Freeze and Chris Kiffin. I was actually his assistant and all that stuff. So it's always a fun experience. So
You and I were talking in pre-production. That's a funny word, isn't it? There's no pre-production, ladies and gentlemen. This is an absolute. We have absolutely thrown this up and having a party. Is all we're doing.
This is the pre-production.
Yeah. So you've had a little bit of discussions with Pete Golding. Let's just say that. Tell me about that.
I was about to say, as I said, Pete, we talked to him. He's come down our school quite a few times. He's just a great guy. I was about to say he's like down to earth. He's like one of the guys that's going down. He's like, he's talking to him. He's just like talking to one of the other guys, one of the other coaches. He's just such a good character, great person.
Yeah.
Like he relates to the players. Like he's a good guy, good players coach, and he just relates to everybody.
Tell me about what you're doing now.
Right now I'm actually coaching high school football down in New Orleans.
What school are you at?
At Jesuit High School in New Orleans. Go Jays! So it's a fun experience. We get to send a lot of people to Ole Miss. We actually sent one person to Tulane that we actually have going there. He was asking me about the game, so told him I was going to get some good playing time, especially if he's a punter and all that good stuff.
Have you had any interactions with Pete Golding as a coach now?
Not as a head coach, but just with him being with DC. So I've talked to him a little bit about that. He's like, he's a fun guy. He's real open. He's just, I don't know. I have nothing bad to say about him. Like everybody has like great things to say about him, and he's just comes to the office and just talking. Like he's a fun person. Awesome. He's fantastic.
Obviously, a stronghold in New Orleans, LSU has. But the interesting part about this is Frank Wilson, he may be coming to Ole Miss. How would that fall in? What type of dynamic is that going to be?
Now, that would actually be huge,
Caleb.
especially for the market in New Orleans. And especially a lot of the recruits that we have, especially from some of those big programs like down there, like Edna Carr, St. Augustine, all those places that he got a lot of those 5-star recruits that LSU got. Those were actually Frank Wilson recruits, and they're the ones that were kind of on the fence when Lane Kiffin took the job over there. So it'd be great if he could flip some of those guys down there, especially in New Orleans, that powerhouse of that conference that he has down there. So he's a real good guy. He has some good pull, and he's just I was about to say high school recruits, high school guys, they love him. He's native in the area. He's been Ole Miss before.
Yeah.
We had some pretty good talent before when he was out last time. So
Awesome. What's it like being back? Now it's more of a fan than actually working for the football program. What's it like, and kind of what's it going to feel like walking into the stadium today, having a chance to play for a national championship?
Oh, it's fun. I was about to say I'm fired up. As as I always like to tell like some of the other folks, I always like to tell them take a sip of motivation with the side of drive. When you wake up, and it's just exciting. This is the first time that I've actually been to Oxford in quite a few years. I usually don't make it because coaching football season, I can't really make it up in 5 hours. But I'm super excited to be here. I even hope to make it to the show. Fantastic.
I could sense, talking with you, a little bit of excitement there at the end. You're talking about having coming up from New Orleans and having a chance to see Ole Miss play. You kind of get the vibes a little bit from being on the field and kind of getting the juice being on the field. Do you think you'll get some of that today?
Oh, absolutely. I was about to say, I've been fired up from before. I almost feel like I'm back on play. In college days, about to say ready to go. Here in Pete and all that stuff makes me suit up, run.
Yeah.
So it's me in Oxford. There's nothing better in Oxford, nothing better in the Grove, nothing better than Paul Hemingway Stadium. Like it's fantastic fan base, fantastic environment, and great university. Nothing like the flagship.
So tell me your last name again.
Martin.
Yeah, Derek Martin. He was the manager here from 11 to 15 under Hugh. That was pretty good years.
Oh yeah,
had some pretty good teams.
Oh yeah, had some real good teams, especially some real good teams, real good people.
Sugar Bowl was in there too.
Oh yeah, Sugar Bowl against Oklahoma State. That was a fun one, especially that both the Kimdichis, Robert Denzel, Channing Ward, John Youngblood, like all those folks, Bo Wallace. Like it was a great guy. Big Dante Feed Moncrief.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was a fun era, and like all those guys are still great. I still talk to a lot of them to this day. So
awesome.
they're fun folks.
Come by. Enjoy the game. It's a great crowd out here. Obviously, the drive home couldn't do what we do with all of our sponsors today. Thanks for everybody chiming in on the chat box, and we'll get to a lot of those questions here in just a moment. We'd love to bring you kind of the sights and sounds in the interview because you guys want to see what's going on. This is it. It's a party. We're welcomed by in New Albany, Mississippi, in this incredible tent. And they've been so kind. little bit. Until we do, we want to tell you just a little bit about what we're kind of expecting today. Back for Tulane, everybody knows he is the offense for this Tulane team.
This is a whole group of fans who talked about the host. Okay?
All right, here, I'm going to take care of it, Ben. We'll preview in just a moment.
But no, you look great. Come on, tell the audience, tell them your name.
Roxy.
Roxy, where are you from?
Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Ocean Springs. Oh, where are you originally from?
Originally from New Orleans, Louisiana.
New Orleans, NOLA. All right, so give me a score prediction for Ole Miss-Tulane.
38-14.
Everybody's around the same thing. I said 38-20. So I've got a lot 30-17. You say 38.
But I like even numbers, so 38-14.
38-14.
Yeah,
Roxy from NOLA.
yes.
Yeah,
I'm not a hoe. Can I say that?
you can say that.
Okay, I'm not a hoe.
Yeah, God is good and we aren't hoes.
No, I'm a housewife.
Yeah. Thank you. So there you go, another score prediction. We got 30-17. Oh, okay, so a lot of people are watching, folks. All right, come here. Let's preview the game, Brad. Stand here and preview the game. What were you
By
saying?
the way, thank you, guys. Hey, come say hello.
Okay.
What's your name?
Natalie.
Well,
His uncle gave him that jacket.
Uh-huh.
I love
Mom gave me this jacket.
it's awesome to see you today, okay?
Okay.
You going to give me a hug?
Yeah.
All right. Go Rebels. Thank you, buddy. All right. Thank y'all for coming by. While you were visiting, I was able to secure another sponsor. We want to say a special thank you to Take Charge, Small Payment and Payment Solutions. Our friend Blake Jones is jumping on board with all of our stuff coverage. Give Blake a call, 662-416-5262. We're going to talk to Blake in just a little bit and get a little bit more detail about his business. Thankful he's a part of the drive home, Ben. I was talking about the quarterback, and he's also the starting running back, and that's Jake Retzloff.
Yeah.
To me, that is the key component for this team. Stop Jake Retzloff, and they will stop Tulane.
Yeah, I mean that's the number one thing. He wasn't himself in September. He was saying he's going through all the technical difficulty. Figure out like that's the one thing that's kind of got me. Not that Ole Miss defensively hasn't been consistently what it's been all year. Really, the only time they were downright bad, Arkansas for 2 quarters, and then Georgia and Athens, they were bad. Didn't get a single stop, but Tulane was one of their more complete games. And a lot of that had to do, yes, with Ole Miss some things out, but also Jake Retzloff, like he was, and that was his real opportunity, quality opponent that could actually stop 12 of his 17 throws, didn't crack the century mark as far as passing yards, couldn't do anything from a running standpoint. This is a good quarterback. I mean, this is 3,000 yards passing. This is 30 total touchdowns. It runs through him, and you're getting the best version of him now. So I think it's going to be really uncomfortable to start. I really do. I mean, I can see it be like 17-14 at halftime.
Yeah. Well, Sudu, we're talking about Jake Retzloff throwing the football 5 of 17 for 54 yards in the first game.
Yeah.
In the American Conference Championship, he turned it around. He is the one rusher on the team, a little over 650 yards to lead the team. How do you stop him? And I don't think he'll play like he did a couple of months ago.
No, I also don't think that the game plan was interesting because leading up to the game, we talked about how well his legs, and they came out and they let him run the ball early in that behind the curve and everything. So it's of a factor today if they let him do that. But I'll say this: like, yeah, he had all those stats, whatever, but still play. And I think the strength of schedule and the competition you play, I think that makes a difference. I'm not trying to take anything away from Tulane. I mean, this is a playoff team. We know what coach team.
I might do that now.
We only get to go for an hour. We only get to go for an hour.
We're back. Sudu, let's revisit what we were talking about. And one thing I wanted to the wind is really whipping. Are we live, gentlemen? All right, I wanted to ask you, there's distractions both at Ole Miss, but there's also distractions at Tulane. And, with John Summerall heading off to Florida, thoughts about where their head's going to be here in a couple hours.
I mean, I think, you give them the advantage on that front because of how Summerall has handled everything. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a coach handle an exit like there. The schedule of just after back to New Orleans, showing up to these team events for not all coaches would have treated it the same way. Okay. And you can take that how you want, but not all coaches would have done it the way John Summerall has. So I do think they have the advantage with that. I don't know if it's much, but it's certainly not enough because he split his time between his dude at UF and, of course, at Tulane. But I don't think it affects him too much. I think it's just the way Summerall is.
We were there, obviously, post game Florida. Post game. Are you? This is kind of a teed up. Are you surprised?
It's ask me about expectations. I think we said they lose at least 2.
They can hear us.
Everything's
back
back
on.
on.
Everybody can hear us. We're getting our tent back down.
Sudu's leaving. Wave to
right.
people. Say bye, Sudu.
Sudu, thank you.
Can't wait to hear y'all.
Dalen, you come sit down. It's your turn.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, Ben, you take care. Dalen, we're going to check the.
All right, you give me that good
All right,
mic. Hey, Dalen, come on, sit down with me. Hey, everybody. This has been really fun. It really has. I'm not saying that. Like, the disastrous parts of it is what makes it so fun. We just had the tent quite literally day. Quite literally. Fly up and start climbing the wall. How are you, Fred?
I'm good, man. Beautiful day out here. It's a college football playoff game in Oxford, Mississippi. People are in good vibes, good vibrations. You can't ask for a better way to end the 2025 season right now. I'm great, man.
Well said. Even when tents are flipping, when the internet's going in and out, this is our first crack at it. It's been an adventure. It's been fun, but we're thankful for it. We're thankful for the Ole Miss Spirit, OleMissSpirit.com for the Live on 3 sign up today as a new member for 50% off, or RiverlandRoofing.com or RiverlandRoofing.com, 662-644-4297, RiverlandRoofing.com. You've heard from my friend Witt of B&A Bank. You've seen, I don't know if you talk, we're going to talk to Drew, who gave us this tent that we almost just lost. He works for Modern Woodman. He's the guy to talk to for that. But Day, what do you think about just the atmosphere, the game itself, the historic nature of this day? What's kind of your, 10,000-foot view of it?
Man, this is great because I've been talking to a lot of alumni throughout the past 2 weeks, and they're just excited, man. These are people that have been through great moments, but these are also people that have been through a lot of very sad moments as Ole Miss fans. And so to be able to embrace this despite the unprecedented times that Ole Miss fans have kind of had to deal with over the last month of kind of outside of football, everybody just seems so joyful. Like, this is a moment that you'll be able to cherish for the rest of your life. This is a moment where I was talking to one of my mentors a few days ago, and he, was a part of the Johnny Vaught era and the Kurt Cufliffe. So for him to be able to still be alive and see this moment and be a part of this, he's been to every home game this season too. It's for me to see people have that emotion and that feeling, it's refreshing. It really is. And then Ole Miss fans deserve this. They've been through the wars, and they deserve to have a chance to win a national championship, which they do this year. So I couldn't be more excited. I kind of had to put my journalist mode on sometimes to not be a fan, but I am still a student here at Ole Miss, and it was the best decision I ever made about almost 4 years ago, and I'm just grateful to be a part of this journey. I'm grateful to be around people like you and Brad, and just be able to embrace this. These are stories that I'll be able to tell for the rest of my life, so I'm just thankful for it all.
Tell the people where they can read your stuff, watch your stuff, all that.
You can read my articles, therebelwalk.com. Evie is a fantastic person. It's given me the great opportunity to work for her about a year ago. And I also, help out with podcasts and social media content all on the Rebel Walk. You can follow us on all social media platforms. I also do my own thing for my own podcast called The Dalen Show, which I've been doing for about almost 6 years now. I'm on season 5. Search it up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I've been doing that for about 5 years, and it's been the joy of my life to be able to tell people stories and tell their journeys. So I love what I do, and to be able to also cover sports while doing it is just an added bonus, because I do love sports more than anything, except for God and my family. But it's a joy to be able to do this for as long as I have and be able to be in the place that I am at 21 years old, man.
Well, I don't remember getting my invite to the Dalen Show.
It's coming. It's coming.
He says, don't tease me with a good time. All right, so about the game itself, give me a score prediction. And the vibes have felt kind of weird for me. You're out there at practice the other day. It was a practice. It wasn't anything different. It was something we'd seen. It obviously was going to feel different. I don't know, man. It's just as exciting as it is from a football perspective, help me feel not so uneasy about it.
Well, I think that number one, I think a lot of people from the outside perspective think that these Ole Miss players have been distracted because of the Lane Kiffin nonsense over the last month. And for me personally, knowing some of the players, having a relationship, and also I guess the brief stint of practice we were able to see, these guys are fired up because of it. I think there's an outlook of players that, a lot of the national media kind of believes they can't do it without him. And I think these players are taking that as a chip on their shoulders to be like, no. If you believe that, we got something to show you. And on top of that, there's a more added piece of disrespect because it's Ole Miss in general, and the Ole Miss nation has always gotten a little disrespect throughout the history of football here. So I think the vibes are high. They're as healthy as I've seen them since the start of the season. I think there are a few bang-up problems maybe with Daquan Wright and Antonio Kite. But other than that, this team is pretty healthy. I think the boys are really excited to be out here and showcase what they can do to their highest potential. I think the defensive part is the part I'm going to be watching the most today, because T.J. Dotter said something in the press conference this week that really stood out to me. He said that he personally believed that they had not played a complete game all year. Now, however you take that is however you take that. But I personally thought when he was saying that he meant that from point A to point B to point C, they have not come together in terms of the defensive front playing to the highest level together, the linebackers playing together at the highest level, and the secondary playing together at the highest level. I think if they're able to do that today, then that builds confidence into going into Georgia, because I keep rewatching the Georgia game. I keep rewatching the play calls in the Georgia game. And I'm like, if one defensive stop, if that 4th and 2 run play from Georgia is a tackle, Ole Miss has a chance to win that game. So I think if this defense can build some confidence today, if they can make the right calls, if they can make, tackles in the open field, then the confidence that will be built today to win against Tulane will also be built against Georgia. I'm going 34-14 Ole Miss. I think that this is still not the same Tulane team that we saw in September. I think John Summerall is a heck of a coach, and they're battle tested, and they have a lot of great athletes. And it's going to be a fun game. But if Ole Miss starts the game hot on both ends, then Ole Miss definitely should win.
Man, that's why he's a pro. 21 years young. My face is a baby face like yours. But, man, you're way better than I was at 21. Good for you, Day. Day's awesome. Check out his stuff in the Rebel Walk. Good to see you, my friend. Always so much better dressed than everybody else. I tried today, though. Can you tell? I didn't wear a hoodie.
It's definitely improving. One game at a time, one day at a time.
I mean, it's a dad fit.
Yeah. You know, I'm trying to embrace myself into getting into the right mode because I'm still getting young into this career. So I got to set myself apart. So I gotta go above.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, see, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have to. So these are my one moments I had to put on sometimes.
Well, see, I tried to what would you wear to Sunday school, Ben? And wear that today. So I thought I did okay.
And see that's
me. I guess better than you.
Exactly, and see that is, and I'm very appreciative and proud of you for this because
throwing my hair.
See that's the qualified Ben Garrett fit, and this is the qualified Dalen Flowers fit.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with either one of these outfits. Sometimes I just like to add a little razzle dazzle. I got the chain on, I got the tie on.
Meanwhile, I look like I'm going to a PTA meeting.
There's nothing wrong with that. Ben delivers the information to the highest point for Ole Miss fans and national media. And it doesn't matter if he's dressed like this, if he's dressed like this, or if he has a t-shirt and jeans on, man. It's all about the words and the voice. So
and also if you're fat, you wear layers. That's just what happens. I will say you brought up Antonio Kite before I let you go. Antonio Kite is supposed to play in this game. That's what Pete Golding said. Yeah. Missed 3 out of the last 4 games with a hamstring deal. That's a player that would be obviously big for Ole Miss to have back. But that secondary, I talked about this at the start of this show, this live show here. Across the street from the pavilion, come check out the tent. It's not much; it's just us hanging out. But we'd love to see y'all. That secondary has really come on. And when you speak about not playing a complete game, that's where my brain goes too. Because Pete said this, man. Like that secondary, that back end was a legitimate concern for him coming in. It had bad moments, and yet here they are now. Guys like Whiteout Williams, Antonio, if he's healthy, they figured something out. Are they perfect? No. That's still a real problem area for them more often than it's not. But that's what you're speaking of. I mean, they haven't put it all together defensively. If they do today, Tulane doesn't have much of a shot. But this is a different Tulane team. But I'm glad you brought that up because, man, that secondary, those guys haven't got enough credit for how gradually they've really come along.
Yeah. Man, first off, saying to that point, Whiteout Williams, he's been fantastic this year, man. Every game I watch, I'm like, he just continues to get better in every aspect of his game this year. My first standout moment was throughout the entire season. His just consistency. Even when he gets beat, he gets back in the play, he makes a tackle, and he makes the things happen. I don't know if you remember the play in the Mississippi State game. He was beat on one of the almost touchdown passes, and he literally just turned his head at the last minute and knocked the ball down and made an incomplete pass. He's been fantastic this year. And I think for Ole Miss is, again, they don't have to be perfect. No one is ever going to be perfect. But, like, some of the keys for the secondary is can you get off the field in third down and remove the big plays on third down? That's something that I think has kind of been an error for this secondary all year. And also in the red zone, I think there are moments where Sage Ryan's out there on one-on-one coverage. Kapina Gushigan is getting beat, who are very good players, but sometimes get beat or get lost in different coverages because of the opposing offense. If they can, settle in the red zone and find their momentum in the red zone, I'm not concerned about this defense, man. I'm just not. I mean, there are going to be holes. There are going to be big plays from opposing offense. That's the game of the nature. But I think the secondary has continued to grow better and continue to really mesh as a team. That's my favorite thing about this team this year. I've been here for 3 years now. I've seen a lot of great teams. I've seen talent.
You're spoiled.
I have been. I really have.
I saw Ethan Flatt make starts. You're spoiled.
And I got to be blessed with Jackson Dart for 3 years and now this run. So it's been great. But, like, this family chemistry this year, I don't know what it is about this year. I guess maybe if it was the staff retention or I genuinely don't know. But these guys together this year, they've just seemed like one big real family. Like there's no fakeness. There's no, pointing the fingers at anybody when things go wrong. There's accountability. There's a family relationship. There's a love between everyone. And I really think that's going to be the key determining factor in winning today and having a chance to compete against Georgia and furthermore. So I think that's also another reason why this team has gone 11-1 and won some of the close games this year compared to some of the close games that they lost last year. But this secondary, they continue to impress me every game. I think if you stay vigilant and make the plays happen when they matter, no worries for Ole Miss today.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I said make me feel better, and he did. Dalen Flowers, the Rebel Walk, everybody applaud. Applaud for Dalen. Yay, Dalen. He's awesome. Going back to Brad now, producer Dawson's going to turn the camera. Here we go.
My man Dawson, real quick, y'all. He's behind the camera. To say that you appreciate folks behind the camera is an understatement. Dawson's not only our camera operator, he's our producer. Dawson got up this morning, put on his toboggan, and said, "I'm going to watch Ole Miss football," and had no idea he was going to lead a show that's got thousands of people watching.
He's a true American hero.
He doesn't know he's about to get hooked up. Drew. Really? All right, Dawson, you're coming up here in a minute. All of our new Albany people, thank you guys so much. It's been awesome. Ramblin' Rev, and tell me who you are.
James Newman.
Hey, square up just a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. Tell me who we are.
And I'm Bobby Newman, and I'm here, and I'm a Rebel. We got blue skies, and we got playoff dreams, y'all.
All right.
It's an absolutely perfect day to be a Rebel. I'm telling you, you couldn't ask for a more beautiful day.
Tell me what's been special about this year for you guys.
Oh, man, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, the expectations, we came into this, we had no clue that we would end up here. But we're here for the ride, and every step of the way, I'm telling you, this is just the first round. Everybody tune in, because today, if we start out strong, this could just be the first start of every step of the way to get where we need to go. And I'm so excited.
What's it feel like to you, Ramblin' Rev on the board? By the way, that's omspirit.com, an affiliate of On3 Sports. You can sign up for $1, 50% for new members today, and a great opportunity to join the community at omspirit.com. Tell me what is so special about this season.
I mean, I really love that as a championship quality team, like we're very player-led. We're not worried about that individual who left us as a head coach. This team is so player-led, and there's so many unsung heroes still to be heard. We talk about lock the vault, but why don't we unlock the roster? We have so many players on offense, especially from Caleb Cunningham, even Logan Diggs we haven't seen much of. We see teams like Michigan that go deep in the playoffs. Those are the kind of players that get us over the edge. I'm just excited. We got players that are going to be explosive. We love them. And then we got a lot of unsung heroes. We got to unlock the roster, baby.
You know what I thought was interesting is Coach Golding met with David Kellum on Rep Talk, and he talked about players that he would like to see step up.
Yes.
That have been playing all year long, practicing hard all year. Yes. And David made a good point when he said, you know, when the fans say, where's he been all year? Well, he's been here.
Yes.
He's been busting his tail. He just took advantage of the opportunity. That's talking about unlock the vault. Talk about some of these players. Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback from Ferris State, comes in. Nobody, including me and you and everybody else, had no idea that he would be as good as he is. He's been fun to watch.
Well, hey, also listening to Pete Golding's press conference on Monday, I actually heard him say all the championship teams that he's led out there, whether it was on the smaller, lower level in Alabama, there was always a couple of players that stood up in moments like this and led the team through the playoffs. And he's going to need his roster to really kind of feed into that. I think as a question, as an Ole Miss fan, I'm looking at this. My brother and I are talking about this, and we're thinking, who could those players be? And it's just exciting because there's a lot of talent that has had a whole year. Caleb Cunningham is not a freshman anymore. Regular season done. This is the playoffs. We're pushing towards. What does that look like? With Lane Kiffin gone, he's not running the offense anymore. He's going to be by himself. We're going to have the OC running this full tilt boogie. What does that look like? So today it's really watching the game on TV. It's going to be exciting to see who steps up and how does it look different.
You know, I've been asked 1,000 times. I'm so excited I can ask somebody else. What are the keys to victory today for Ole Miss?
Like you said, I think we're all concerned about how we're going to go up the gate. So third quarter is important, but I think the first quarter is really going to set the tone for us. So I think we need to come out strong, and we need to put a donut on them. Like, let's blank them out. I have respect for Tulane, but let's go and set the tone and go let those Bulldogs shake in their boots come in the Sugar Bowl.
That's right. That's something we'll talk about at the conclusion of the game on the board at the Ole Miss Spirit. But that's definitely something that people are excited about, the opportunity. But right now, Tulane is standing between Ole Miss and the Sugar Bowl. What surprises you? I know both of you saw the Tulane game exactly 2 months ago today. What surprises you about Tulane? What have you seen them grow as a team? And now they've got a coach that's got 1 foot out the door, and Coach John Summerall headed to Florida.
You know, I don't think that's going to affect him too much, mainly because of the way he's handled that situation. He was very professional. And he's been up and up with his players about it. We're from Memphis originally, and so I watched the Memphis game. They played Memphis, and they edged them out at the end. Yes. And they really took over that game at the end. I think like my brother was saying, I really, really think we have to match their intensity. Yes. We've been off for 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks and 1 day, and we need to come out there and match their intensity. And if we can do that, honestly, I have no doubt that we could take the lead and just keep running with it and just build upon those early successes. So it's starting out strong and keeping that streak and keeping it moving forward. So this is just the beginning of something that could be very special.
You guys have been with all of us at the drive home, both Ben Garrett and I, for a lot. Ben Garrett's taking pictures behind me by his fan club. But you guys have been with us since the very beginning. We just want to say thank you, because it's people like you
that allow us to do what we do. And we just want to say thank you.
Hey,
thank you for stopping by. Thank you for saying hello. Tell us again where you are, where you're located, and what give us a hotty toddy.
Hey, James Newman. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm so excited. And I wish everybody a hotty toddy, and let's go Revs.
And I'm Bobby Newman. I'm a Southern boy, but I'm in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania these days. But I tell you, it's always a great day to be a Rebel. Hotty toddy, Brad.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen, for stopping by. It's a great crowd out here. We're here at the 10th that New Albany built. Couldn't do what we do without Drew and his entire team at New Albany. We want to thank everybody that's behind the scenes. And while we're doing that, let's get Dawson up here. Dawson, our producer, our cameraman extraordinaire, is going to join us. He's got some news he wants to pass along. And we hope it's a victory party later on today, Dawson. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on later.
Yeah, so I'm Dawson Horn. I am an Elvis tribute artist. I've been for a little over 2 years now. And so I am going to be singing at the library tonight in full Elvis gear.
Okay. I didn't know we were going to do this, Drew, so you'll have to excuse me just for a moment. But you and I together on this beautiful day, there's not a cloud in the sky.
No clouds.
It's a college football playoff game in Oxford.
It is.
You and I are going to sing Blue Christmas, just the chorus.
Okay.
Or we'll sing the first verse.
Okay.
I'm going to harmonize with young Drew. And we're going to talk a little. Do you know the verse? Do you know the words? Yeah. Would you mind starting it off?
Sure. All right, everybody.
Drew,
live,
ladies and gentlemen.
live performance.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree. I'll be the same dear. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue berries start calling.
Keep going. We've got to keep going, yes.
You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue Christmas.
His name is Dawson, and tell us where you're going to be tonight.
I'm going to be at the library tonight. So I won't look like this. I'll have my wig on and my jumpsuit on, and yeah, we'll be full Elvis out. And
what time will this happen?
12 in the morning to 1 in the morning.
It's going to be an Elvis tribute. It's going to be the library, and we hope it is a celebration. Dawson, I've got to let you get back to your duties as our producer and our camera auditor. We've got another interview here. Tell us who you are.
Hey.
What's up, dog?
Payne Bell.
Tane, tell me a little bit about you, when you become to be an Ole Miss fan, and what you're thinking about today.
All right. So I actually came to school here about 6 years ago. I graduated in 23. I actually grew up a Mississippi State fan, if you can believe it. So I kind of saw the light in that sense, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, I'm up here with my dad right now. He's over at one of the tents, but I wanted to come stop by and say hey to y'all, because y'all said you'll be out here outside the pavilion. I want to come see what was going on, but I mean, I'm so excited for today, man. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I'm looking forward to it. And I mean, we came up this morning and we're going to leave tonight, but it's going to be a great day in Oxford. So
where do you call home?
Jackson, Mississippi.
So where do you watch Ben and I on the drive home?
On YouTube, but sometimes when I'm at work, you know, maybe I just kind of have my phone propped up and I'm kind of watching it on the side. But don't tell them I said that. I hope they're not watching. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny just watching y'all trying to keep it secret, you know, trying to make sure they don't see me slacking off. But I've really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming by.
Yeah,
you know, while we've got you here, what are some things you're going to be looking for an Ole Miss win today? What does Ole Miss need to do?
Okay, well, I think taking care of the ball is important, because something about Tulane is something that I read, at least. They're one of the best teams in the country at forcing turnovers. And I think that's a big way that you can kind of overcome a talent differential. So I think it's going to be really hard for them to match up on lines of scrimmage, you know, like they had been. You know, I think that's a big reason why it was 45-10 last time they played, is because there's just a big talent differential there. But if Tulane can play to their strengths, I think they can definitely tighten the gap a little bit and make it a more competitive game, hopefully.
Well, it's going to be interesting to say the least. It's Ole Miss and Tulane coming up at 2:30. We're outside here with the good folks. Tell me your first name.
Payne. P-A-Y-N-E.
We're out here with good folks like Payne again. Ben's fan club has now left us. He just took a picture with them. It was a group picture. It wasn't an individual. They wanted a picture with this group, and of course, Ben was in the middle.
I don't know how to make money off of whatever this is, folks, but I do know this. If you want a picture, I will take it.
It's free. It is free. Well, thanks very much for coming by
absolutely,
and enjoy the game. And thank you again for watching us. Hey, go ahead and watch it work. And if your boss gets mad, just shoot us a direct message. We'll take care of it.
This man right here is the one that got to the chat the other day and said,
Sorry about that.
said at the chat the other day about William Eccles, how disrespectful it was for him to resign. Right?
Yep, seriously.
I mean, Lane Kiffin made it very clear. If you care about your school and show any kind of deference to them and love,
It's disrespectful. Yeah, but I mean, it makes no sense. It doesn't really make.
but
any
also,
sense.
you know what?
That's the Lane Kiffin experience, I guess. Good luck to him at LSU.
Or, hoe tendencies. That's all it is.
Thank you.
Listening to Project Pat on the way up.
Project Pat. We're not getting down that road again. I got myself in a lot of trouble.
You didn't get yourself in no kind of trouble, right?
Uh, yeah. I mean, thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
Well.
We're going to sit down just for a minute. This has gone absolutely nothing like I thought it would, but that's not to say
What
it
did
was
you
bad.
think it would do?
Well, I
What,
thought
how do
we
you think
sit
it would
down
go?
and do Ron radio stuff? And will you sit down just for a second?
Drew Horn will. This is my friend Drew. Drew gave us this here tent. Drew, you hold that one.
All right.
So Drew Horn is from originally from Boonville. Moved to New Albany, married my dear friendship, who I love very, very much. Gave us this tent and now works for Modern Woodman. So Drew, tell him who you are. And he's a former baseball manager.
Yes,
Lance Lynn, and he's got some Lance Lynn stories.
we do. We have a couple stories that only he and I can talk about. Then there are a
Dang.
few that we don't even talk about amongst ourselves.
What about you and Cogs? You got any good Cogs stories?
Yeah, we got some great stories.
None of them are for the camera.
No.
Darn.
They're for
Darn.
the streets.
They're for the streets?
They're for the streets.
We know a lot about street activity.
Yes, we do.
Here on Talking Champions.
A lot of
Powered as
tendencies.
always by the Ole Miss Spirit, OleMissSpirit.com. Affiliate on 3. Sign up today for $1, or for new members through the playoff run, 50% off for new members. All you got to do is go to the Ole Miss Spirit, OMSpirit.com, affiliate on 3. Powered as always by all the sponsors, Chick-fil-A. You've heard Brad speak of it. I wanted to mention Riverland Roofing, B&A Bank, Drew Moke of USA Benefits Group. So many people who support not just me in this podcast, but Brad and people like Drew by putting a tent up right in front, right across the street from the entrance to the pavilion, in front of the Haley Barber Center for Manufacturing Excellence.
That's it. That's a mouthful.
Could honestly have never told you that this building existed until today.
Yep.
The Haley Barber Center for Manufacturing Excellence.
Excellence. That's right.
I told Keith Carter once, I want something named after me. I don't know how to make money off of this, but if I could have a toilet named after me.
Yeah, the Hottie Toddy Potty. So you could do the
Spirit Ben's Pissin' Den.
There you go. And it's got a nice ring to it.
Spirit Ben's Peeing Den.
That's it.
Pee and poop. Tell the folks about Modern Woodman, because you're so kind to let us sit up here.
Sure.
And Drew has helped me become not financially stupid, less financially stupid.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. I've come a long way, but the bar was really low.
Yeah, Modern Woman was founded in 1883 to help take care of widows and orphans. Oh, you'd already been asleep. Awesome. No, we're a financial services company. We offer everything: life insurance, health insurance, investment, types of annuities. So
thank you, bro.
It's been nonstop.
Yeah.
Like, literally since before you went on the air, it's been nonstop.
It's been fun.
It's been awesome.
I hope the internet's working better than it was. But anyway, I interrupted your Modern Woodman.
No, yeah, with your snoring.
No, he works for Modern Woodman. Tell the people what you do and how they can, where they can contact you and all that stuff.
We help people develop a holistic financial plan. Holistic, all around. And so we help take care of families, make sure that something were to happen to you, we make sure your family's taken care of. So,
fire me up.
A little bit about you guys saw Dawson. Saw Dawson a little bit ago, and he and Brad had a nice little duet.
Oh, nice! So Dawson sang?
He did. He sang Blue Christmas.
This man, my cool nephew Dawson, who's not really my blood nephew, but he's my nephew. He is closing the library tonight, right?
That's right. He is 12 to 1. He'll be closing it out. Full jumpsuit,
A full
70s.
Elvis impersonation. stuff.
Absolutely, a full Elvis tribute. You know, he started it a little over 2 years ago as a way to raise money for St. Jude, and over the past 3 years, he does a concert every summer, and all the proceeds, every penny goes to St. Jude. And over those 3 shows that he's done, we added it up when we were there for the marathon this past week or a couple weeks ago, $20,489. Wow. So
Nice.
he came
Look
out
at
and
my
he
nephew.
wanted to. He's a freshman in high school, so he's got 3 more years of high school age shows, and then he can start competing for the ultimate tribute
Amazing.
champion in at Graceland. He won the Tupelo youth competition this year.
And he does have groupies.
He does. The Horns Hound Dogs.
The Horns Hound Dogs.
Yep. So,
Actually dating one of his super fans.
that's right. That's right.
I'm just saying, the world is looking up for my cool nephew Dawson.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who
So,
closed down the library. You can't go home.
that's right.
But you got to get out of here.
That's right.
But before you do, listen to Dawson. What's that one Elvis song that everybody says?
American Trilogy.
Yeah, American Trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, some people just lovingly refer to it. Will you sing the Slow Dixie song?
The Slow Dixie
Slow
song.
Dixie that the band used to play.
It's
And
just
so-
hit back, hit
yeah.
back, play it 2 more times. You know what I mean?
Just run it back.
Slow Dixie.
Just run it back. Just sing Slow Dixie again.
Give me a score prediction.
Score prediction.
I'm making everybody do it.
Yep.
But everybody's been the same.
Everybody's been the same. So I'm going to go a little bit outside the box with it because I think that this is a statement game for our guys. And I'm going to say 45-7.
He's saying they ain't hitting.
Dog walk.
They're not going to gain another
I want
yard.
them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Tulane's going to hit double digits. Like I thought it was low when Roxy from New Orleans said that they're only going to score 14. I'm giving them at least 20.
I think the defense is going to show out.
Show up and show out.
Show up and show
the
out.
Moore twins
The
are in
Moore-
town. They're in town.
Really?
Yeah, the Moore twins are here. Who all did Javon Patterson tell me here? Patrick Willis, Romero, who talked.
Yeah, we saw
here. We saw
Romero
Romero.
a little bit.
That was a known though. We knew Romero.
Oh,
was
of
coming.
course.
Romero was
He's a
always gonna
staple.
show up. Poe's supposed to show up at some point, but like Poe's notoriously late. But up here or out there, recognize the Moore twins. I saw Channing Ward. They're gonna be everybody's gonna show up.
Channing Ward, former New Albany football coach.
Former New Albany football
Former
coach
New
Channing
Albany
Ward.
Bulldog. That's right.
Yeah, looks like he could still run down on kick return and take someone's head off.
Yes, absolutely.
Or kick off. Excuse me.
Just a good junkyard dog.
Here's a good podcast topic as we get you ready for Ole Miss-Tulane at 2:30 right back there in Vladimir Way Stadium. All right, there's 2 special teams plays specifically on kickoff I remember the most. Patrick Willis running down and introducing himself to everybody as who was that guy that just murdered that dude, and then Channing Ward, who had the better kickoff coverage smash. P. Willie.
I think it has to be P. Willie.
But Channing,
But they're both. Are you a Coke or Pepsi guy?
Yeah.
It's
good. That's a good professional answer.
There you go.
Like you don't commit to anything.
That's it.
It's almost like
That's
you're
the political side.
It's almost like he's an alderman somewhere. Hold on. He's Joe Horn of Modern Woodman. Tell him the phone number and the email.
662-416-3739 or David.A.Horn at MWARep.org.
That is a mouthful.
That's a
Send
mouthful.
us a direct message. And we'll
Yeah,
get it to
send it to Ben. Give a shout out to Ben, and he'll
And,
get you
and
in
Chip,
contact.
his wife,
Yes.
my friend, she made shirts.
Yes,
Ho 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 shirts.
Ho 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 shirts. I had our former coach as Rudolph.
Yeah.
And young Benjamin here at Spirit Bend as holding the reins as Santa Claus.
We both completely biffed not bringing them.
Absolutely.
We had a fun Friendsmas last night.
We did. We had a great time.
And we're both recovering, and we forgot some things.
We did. But the most important thing, you brought all the equipment.
Yep.
We got the tents, tables, chairs.
The internet's
working.
Yeah.
And got the game on behind us. A&M and Miami just kicked off a few minutes ago.
Oh, Miami. And who?
A&M.
Yeah, of course, because in the playoff.
Yeah.
Who'd I pick to win that one? A&M.
Got to be.
Miami. I've called
They're
Miami
home.
frauds all year.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. He's Drew Horn. Thank you. Love
Thank you, sir.
All right. He's Brad Logan coming back. Let's do more of a. Oh, am I giving you that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to talk to Blake Jones for a minute. Blake, walk
It's
over here.
Uve as Dawson moves it up. Call him Uve.
Yeah.
Call him his
Blake,
name.
walk this way just a minute. So take charge, small payment solutions. Call Blake today, 662-416-5262. Blake Jones, 1581@gmail.com. Blake and his friends at Take Charge Small Business Payment Solutions, a new sponsor here on the drive home. Blake, first of all, it's great to meet you today. We actually have a lot of the same people in common. Your dad and my brother know each other. Your dad's a pastor. My brother's a pastor. So that's really cool. It's cool to get to meet you. But tell us a little bit about your business and what folks can do, and you can support Ole Miss business.
Yeah, so Take Charge, we've kind of rebranded into Advanced Payments, but we still go with Jones Merchant Services. And what we have done, me being a former basketball coach and into this business full time, we've learned to take over the small business payment solutions for small business owners and allow that small business owner to tell us where they want a portion of our residuals donated, whether it's a high school, a cheer team, a baseball team, or even a local Grove Collective. So if you've got a small business, if you are a small business owner, if you're in retail, if you're an oil change place, if you're a pizza parlor, if you're a restaurant, a bar, a grill, anybody that supports a local high school, a local college, junior college, we can meet or beat exactly what you're doing now. And I'll repeat that. Whatever you're doing now, nothing will change. We will take over your credit card processing, and you will tell us where you want a portion of those residuals going, which they're not going there now. So with that being said, just a quick example, if we make $100 off of your account, 50 of it will go to the nonprofit of your choice. And, we've had a lot of success with it. We have actually picked up a lot of steam within Ole Miss, and we've got tents blowing everywhere.
They're all over the place.
Hey, Small Business Payment Solutions, it's blowing up around here. So,
Well, we'll let you get to the tent. Take Charge Small Business Payment Solutions. He's Blake Jones, one of the great folks here that allowed us to tailgate with him today. Give him a call today, 662-416-5262, or shoot him an email at blakejones1581@gmail.com, or just shoot me a direct message on Twitter /X, Brad Logan COT, or at Spirit Band. Blake, thank you, buddy.
Hey,
I appreciate it, man.
Yep.
This has been a lot of fun today. We could not do what we do with all of our sponsors. We just visited with Blake just a moment ago. We want to say a special thank you to our good friends at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. They've been with us since the very beginning, and we couldn't do what we do without Mason and his entire team, Brian and the team at Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. They're on the hill just east of Kroger here in Oxford, and they would love to put you in a brand new vehicle. Like everybody has always done before, go by and tell them you heard about it on the drive home. They'll put you in a brand new vehicle today. Just go by after the game's over. Hold on one second.
Also, we're brought to you by Lux Styling Studio on University Avenue. Go visit them for all your styling needs.
We've got another sponsor?
I think so.
Awesome. That's great. Go by and see them today. Also, special thank you to Hill Counseling and Chad Clardy, a huge Ole Miss Chad and his entire team at Hill Counseling. And then Built Different Fitness. we're going to
Did you catch on the
My goodness, that was deep. We're going to give away a free membership to Built Different Fitness. So be on the lookout for that, and we're going to give that away here very, very soon.
All right, let's get back here.
Yeah, let's get back to talking about
Get
the
back
game.
here. Got 30 minutes more of hanging out, talking to people. This has been really cool.
It's been
to
it's
see
been
folks
something.
show up. Something? Oh, come on! You know it wasn't gonna go perfectly. It's your our first attempt. I think we got to get us a Starlink, something or other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a super internet, especially since we're going to be broadcasting at Manning's.
Ben.
Oh, we can't announce that
We
yet.
can't talk about that.
Oh, we can't talk about that yet. We might be doing something for
We
the
might-
Sugar Bowl.
We might be doing something in New Orleans, but we're not sure where we're going.
Oh,
we're not sure
sorry.
if we're even going.
I'm going.
Well, you're not going if Ole Miss is on a win today.
Fair point.
Well,
Fair
so that
point.
means we don't need to talk about anything.
Okay, in that vein, then I agree.
Let's take back, just rewind, and let's start back over.
So Dalen made me feel better about the weirdness of everything leading up to this. It's nice to be talking about football specifically. Do you really think that Ole Miss is? Are you legitimately concerned, or are you just playing the I'm not going to jinx it game here?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, I do think there's an area of concern. I mean, John Summerall said in his very first Zoom call that we were able to be a part of that he specifically said, we just coached terrible. We played terrible. I I think this is going to be a much improved Tulane team. But on the flip side, you've got a distracted Tulane team. You've got a coach and Will Hall that's going to be the new head coach, who's I think right now he's a wide receiver coach. So he's kind of doing his thing. And I would guess there might be a few staff changes, but I would think they would kind of keep their staff together, depending on what Will would want to do. But then you've got
I mean, it's a lot like Ole Miss, except on the G5 level. Just like John Summerall copied Lane Kiffin on the G5 level with the portal and all that kind of stuff, and the whole organizational structure, how they've handled is very similar to Ole Miss's. They just went with the offensive guy instead of the defensive guy.
Yeah, and so there are some distractions there as well. We heard from Jake Retzloff earlier, and he even meant it earlier this week, and he even talked about how this team they just didn't play well against Ole Miss. Remember now, this is a team in Tulane that really turned it on. And what they did was they ended up winning the conference. They won a lot of games with only losing one game after losing to Ole Miss and then winning the conference championship. Retzloff, we've said it 1,000 times. Ben and I talked about it on our show, and we'll talk about it here today. He's their leading passer, Ben. He's our leading rusher. Is this a situation where Sontaran Perkins spies him? Is this a situation to where Antonio Kite, who we think is healthy, I just really lean into the fact that Vegas has this at 16.5, and I'm about
That's way too high.
So take it for a second.
Yeah, 16.5 is way, way too high. Tulane's too good of a football team. So that's why I said 38-20, so they cover. You know what I mean? Like Ole Miss would cover in that scenario. And yet I'm saying 16.5 is too high. I guess it's just like you said, the speaking to Tulane has been playing better.
It opened at 17.5, and it's only down a point. So, I mean, what's Vegas know? Look, Jake Retzloff's numbers, 222 of 356, a 62% clip, the long of 68. He's thrown 6 picks. He's thrown 14 touchdowns. Those aren't fantastic numbers, but they're a lot better than what he did out here 2 months ago.
Sneaky, misleading good stats, actually, considering how bad he was when he came here in September.
And on the ground, we talked about it. He's the leading rusher. Now, Javin Gordon's got 122 carries. Well, he's only got 505 yards, averaging 4.1 yards a carry. Retzloff, less carries at 118, but he's got 610 yards. That dude's averaging 5.2 yards a carry, and that's including sacks. I mean,
this is the same dude. I mean, Trinidad Chambliss, we all know what he can do with his legs. Jake Retzloff is every bit as talented as Trinidad Chambliss running the ball.
Yeah.
Now, as a passer, I think Trinidad Chambliss has got him. I'm just saying, as a runner, it's a really different dynamic, especially now that he's playing so well.
Yeah.
Because he understands the system, he understands his teammates, knows their daggum names, for goodness sake. You know what I mean? Like this is a different player. This is a different Tulane team. I don't buy distractions for either side of it because feeling the vibe around here, it's a football game today. It's a football game. All the other stuff leading up to it doesn't matter. There's a football game today, and people are going to treat a football game like it's supposed to be treated. I don't really see much distraction for either team, but I do think it's two quality football teams that are playing each other at a time when they're both playing really well, right? And I don't know what that looks like because I don't think Ole Miss is like blowout 45-10 better than Tulane now because Tulane, I want to give them credit for being better too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of messages about Tulane's schedule, and very quickly, in the fourth game of the year, they lost 45-10 to Ole Miss. And then they just ran off a bunch of wins. And in the middle of that was a loss at UTSA. That was on a Thursday night. Didn't play well, 48-26. But they do have good wins against number 24 North Texas, 34-21. A win over a pretty good Memphis team, 38-32. But the deal with this team is they just do not have the caliber of schedule matching up against what Ole Miss faced.
No, they haven't.
That's just really what everybody's kind of
I think what really impressed me the most about Ole Miss was the Egg Bowl because that Egg Bowl was tough. It was hard fought early on, and then Ole Miss stayed the course and ended up beating them pretty handily. You know what I mean? As far as the final score, I can see a similar type of game today with Tulane, where it starts. It's uncomfortable.
21-17 at half.
Yeah, 21-17 at half.
38-24 final.
And that seems about right to me. But that game was one of the more impressive games of the season for Ole Miss because of the way it started. And they knew how they weren't playing well. This, that, and the other. They made the adjustments and they won the game because they were the better football team. I think you're going to see some of that today. Maybe Ole Miss fall behind or something early on and freak everybody out. But what I don't think is going to be any question is what the atmosphere is going to be like. Because if this is any indication, we've been here since like 8:30, and it's getting obviously more and more filled out as we get closer to kickoff. But like Oxford, this is the best Oxford's ever felt.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
I was in town.
I can't
last
wipe
night.
this stupid shit-eating grin off my face.
Yeah,
You know?
I was in town with my wife last night, and we
Appreciate
specifically
y'all,
went
man.
around town just to see.
They don't act right. They
Just
don't
to see
act
the
right.
square, and it was jam packed, and just so many smiles on people's faces. And look, I'll be honest. I mean, it's so different, and you'll understand this because you've taken pictures of all these people. But to be in a studio and just to have you on one end of the camera and me on the other and talk about sports and that's one thing. But to put faces with names, so many of you have stopped by.
Ramblin' Reb.
Yeah.
Ben Sane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
On the board at the Ole Miss Spirit, OleMissSpirit.com. Sign up today, 50% off for new members. Putting faces to message board handles has been incredible, dude.
Yeah.
And so many people have stopped by, and we're going to be here for a little bit longer. Y'all come hang out right across the street from the pavilion, right where the entrance is, in front of the Haley Barber. Fire me up. How we doing?
Hey, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy y'all.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for stopping
Thank
by.
you, brother. Thank you.
Check out. Hey, come over here. Come
love
over. Hey,
that,
come over here
dude.
just a second. Stand right here. Check
Oh, yeah.
out this. Check out this sweatshirt.
Look at this. Tulane versus.
No, look. Now, where are you from?
Beaumont, Mississippi.
I got you. Where'd you get the sweatshirt?
My wife had it made for me. Actually.
Fantastic.
Well, man, thanks for watching. Okay,
That
We
is
really appreciate it.
amazing.
My wife says every night, "Hey, let's see what Ben's got."
Oh,
That's it. That's
man,
it.
y'all firing me up today,
She
man.
doesn't care nothing about football. Tonight.
Oh, well, you tell her I said I appreciate her,
Yeah.
man. Thank you. Oh,
Awesome.
this is what it's been like, man, for
Yeah.
2 hours.
Thank y'all.
Seeing friends, saying hi.
I mean,
How we doing, brother? How we doing? Appreciate you, man.
hey guys,
Appreciate you, brother.
man, it's good to see
It's
you. Thanks
an
for coming
incredible
by.
day. Ole Miss fans are excited. We got Ole Miss-Tulane at 2:30 in the first round of the college football playoff. You know what? I'm starting to say, fine, just beat their ass then. You know what I mean?
Hey, come here.
Oh, we got Wave. We got Tulane fans. Y'all gotta come get on the
I
thing.
want.
Get on the street. Follow
All
him.
right, here we go.
Follow him, producer
All
Dawson.
right, let's come over
Tulane
here.
fans on the
All right, come
street.
here. First of all, welcome to Oxford.
Thank you. Appreciate
Brad Logan, you're online here with the Ole Miss Spirit. Ben Garrett, the drive home. Awesome. Tell me where you guys are from.
DC, Houston,
Texas.
Minneapolis, Virginia Beach.
Awesome. So you're here. Tell me your overall thoughts on Oxford and what you're thinking about what you've seen so far.
Weather's great. I feel bad for the fan base because a lot of fans going to be upset today.
I got you. I love it. I like it.
But, nice people. So, feel a little sad for that. But it's going to be a great game, fun atmosphere. Roll Wave.
Awesome. Tell me about where you're from now.
I'm from Houston, lawyer there, went to Tulane for undergrad, and here to cheer on the Green Wave.
Tell me about the mustache.
Well, so it's our quarterback, right? It's an
Right.
homage to him.
Yeah. Jake Retzloff, we've talked about him. Had a rough go a month ago. 5 of 17, didn't play well. What's he got to do today? And come on up here. What's he got to do today to improve and to help Tulane win?
He's just got to get his head straight and make
Set
sure
his
he makes
feet.
some plays.
Set his feet, run. Don't throw it, just run.
That's a good point. I mean, he's an underrated runner, and using that to our advantage and keeping that threat with the defense honest.
I'm getting some brother vibes.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, brother? Awesome. Hey, let's get you in here real quick. We love the buttons. I don't know if you can see this. The Mardi Gras button with Tulane on there. John Summerall, 1 foot out the door going to Florida. The thing we've kind of asked everybody today, will that be a distraction in your opinion?
I don't think so. I mean, talk about the correct way to leave a program. This way Summerall's
agree
doing
with
it.
that. Yeah.
He's sticking around and coaching. He's making donations to the athletic fund and sticking with the players. The players love him. I think he's doing it correct. I think he's doing it the right way. I don't think it's a distraction at all.
Awesome.
Speaking of distractions,
There you
Tulane
go.
versus no lane.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, guys, thank y'all. Y'all have a great time. Appreciate you dropping by. Appreciate it, brother. Enjoy the game. The Tulane fans dropping by to say hello here in Oxford. It's an absolutely Chamber of Commerce day. Look at all these fans that have gathered around here. Very few clouds in the sky. It's a beautiful day. We're just talking about the offense for Ole Miss. We're talking about a quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss. I think what a lot of people are talking about is with Chambliss being the main quarterback coming in after Austin Simmons was injured in the Kentucky game, how's he going to fare in the very first college football playoff game on campus? How is Pete Golding, who we've seen him as defensive coordinator at major programs like Alabama, Ole Miss, D.C. at UTSA with Frank Wilson, who, by the way, I think we might need to know that name, Frank Wilson, over the next couple of weeks after that LSU bowl game and the Texas Bowl when he is going to be the interim head coach. How is Pete Golding going to react today, not being the defensive coordinator and being the head coach of this Ole Miss team? Is he ready? I think he's done everything possible the right way. We reported earlier today that Pete Golding will not be walking the team through the Walk of Champions today. And the reason is he wants to put the focus or continue to put the focus on the players. He's been very adamant about that. So it will be the team walking through the Grove without Pete Golding leading them today. Yet another thing that Pete Golding has done when he talks about putting the players first. How's he going to react today when he comes out of the tunnel? I had a chance to visit with Scott Eister. For folks who don't know who Scott Eister is, he's one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen. He prepped at Hammond High School in Louisiana. He was Pete Golding's teammate along with Ryan Barker. Scott Eister told me that when they were seniors, they took a road trip. He was committed to University of Louisiana. He was committed to the University of Louisiana at Monroe. And he took a recruiting trip when Coach Rick Rhodes was recruiting he and Ryan Barker. He said, hey, I got a guy that can play wide receiver. He's a really good baseball player. He's fast as lightning. Can he come with us? He said it was a great trip. They drove up through the Mississippi Delta, cotton fields, as far as the eye could see. Didn't know what they were getting into. Fast forward 5 years later, and a friendship continued to be bonded with Ryan, with Scott Eister, with Pete Golding. And, oh, by the way, Scott Eister holds almost every passing record at Delta State. Led the team to Grand Valley State. I think they got all the way to the semifinals under Coach Rick Rhodes. Michael Katz wrote a great piece on Pete Golding and kind of talked to a lot of those Delta State people. What's cool about Pete Golding, he's married to a girl from Cleveland, Mississippi, my school at Delta State. He played at Delta State. He was a GA at Delta State. He was assistant coach at Delta State. And then he kind of worked his way up. I think what David Kellum told me when I interviewed him for the show I did on WFCA, said, Pete's a football coach. You know, we had a chance to visit with him on Zoom, the first media availability we had with Pete Golding, and it was really cool. It was a chance to get to hear kind of his upbringing and kind of what makes things special for him, but not a lot of personal talk. It was all about what it's going to take to win. And the only thing we have not been assured of with Pete Golding as head coach at Ole Miss is, can he win? We'll find out here in about 2 hours out here at Vaught-Hemingway Stadium. It's Ole Miss and Tulane. Kickoff is at 2:30 Central. The university's announced a couple of things. Number one, there'll be a flyover before the game. Yep. Secondly, there'll be a wristbands for the light show. Our good friend Drew Ingraham has already pointed out there's going to be a drone show.
No score with Miami and Texas A&M right now.
No score. We also know there'll be a light show, drone show. But probably the coolest thing of anything, Smitty Smith, a good friend of mine, was in the end zone. He's going to be welcoming a gentleman who's going to be singing that national anthem.
Trace Adkins.
A honky tonk, but donkey donk.
I'm sorry.
He won't be singing that song.
And also, someone who works in the Ole Miss athletics department has just walked up. Shane Sanford, everybody. Hey! Everybody clap it up for Shane. He doesn't have a cigarette in his hand. I'm proud of him. God is good. Oh, he's got him right there. I will say, the first time I ever had a cigarette, Brad, have you ever had a cigarette?
I plead the fifth. My mom's watching.
Okay, well, my mom's watching too, and she knows she called me.
And my wife.
Well, don't smoke. Smoking's bad for you, Shane. But whenever I smoked for the first time, I took it. I said, God made this for me. They're amazing. And now they're not cool anymore. Did you know that? They're not cool anymore, Shane. They're not cool anymore. All right, I don't remember where we were living.
We were talking about the university and all that's going to be doing.
The wristband light show thing. They're doing that. They got a flyover.
Yeah.
Trace Atkins, honky tonk, badonka donk, singing the national anthem.
Hey, by the way, 70,000. Thank you. 10 minutes until noon. 70,000 Santa hats are going to be inside. Denson Hall has posted that they would have Santa hats for everybody, which is really cool.
Do you think that they did it just for Christmas or because of the hoe implications?
Ben, I hate to bust your bubble, but I think they did it just for Christmas.
I do too. But a lot of people have walked up and taken pictures. And it's been really fun to hang out here in front of the Haley Barber Center for Manufacturing Excellence. At least now we know what we're going to do. If they beat Tulane today, like we're going to do this, but like knowing what we're doing, it'll be inside. Oh, we will? Where are we going to be?
We're not talking about that.
Oh, we're not.
I've got 5 graphics ready to be posted as soon as the game's over.
5. Like 50 years.
50. Sorry. Anyway, yeah.
I like going on a flyover You talked to Romero. I'm still like Poe said he was showing up, and we got 10 minutes.
He'll show up like 3 minutes.
I told y'all. He said say less, I'll pull up, but he didn't say when. So wherever
We're
Poe is.
efforting, by the way, Chancellor Boyce. We was not able to get him last week. So if the Rebels win, I've been told that they're working really hard that we get Chancellor Boyce on the podcast.
Heck yeah. Together or just you?
Well, we'll work on that. And so we've got some different players that I'm working through, former players, to get on the show that we will pass on to. Look, it's a celebration.
Yeah.
And it really is. I mean, this is a situation, Ben, where I've talked and I've kind of been laughed at by a lot of people, but man, I'll be honest, I've come so far, I don't care anymore. Here's what I said, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Inside that stadium, I have witnessed some of the most incredible moments of my life. Obviously, some of the most gut-wrenching moments of my life, but that's not what we're here for. And, we have all worked through, we are Ole Miss, we have all worked through the process of dealing with adversity and bad things happening. But my goodness, what's going to happen here in 2 hours is going to be the most incredible thing we've ever seen. Following Ole Miss fans, being an Ole Miss fan, it's going to be a lot of fun. And, Ben, I think it's okay to take an introspective view, and I think it's okay to take a step back and understand that there are a lot of people we celebrated with inside that stadium that aren't here anymore. There are going to be a lot of people that are looking down and smiling, and I think it's okay to reflect on that and to appreciate the fact that, being a sports fan is one thing, but having it pretty much engulf your life and kind of take over your life is quite another. And I think there are levels of sports fans. There's fans that will watch when it's on TV and kind of keep a regular view. But then there are people that come by and see us. There are people that come by and give us a hug and say, man, when it's really tough, and I've shared some texts with you that people have sent me, when I'm down and, man, I can just put you and Ben on and I put a smile on my face. And I'll tell you, man, that makes it all okay. And I just want people to understand when they walk inside the stadium today, I promise you, and Keith Carter said this too, take a deep breath, man. Look around, soak it in, and be so grateful. And I encourage too, there are folks that are at home right now thinking, I'm bedbound. I'm in a wheelchair.
Or you just couldn't make it.
I don't have the financial means to make it. It's okay, man. You watching us right now are just as much an Ole Miss fan as we are anybody else. And here's the thing. We're so grateful to have that opportunity to come to you and to bring you the sights and sounds of what's going on here today. And even though, ladies and gentlemen, you're not here with us, you're here in spirit, and all the folks that are at home, that are up in heaven, that are not here, today is a special day because today is a day of celebration.
Dang, man. I didn't know you were going that way with it. Got tears in my eyes and shit.
Ben, we're not going to use that language.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. That was sweet and amazing. I'm sorry I feel things as a person, Brad. I thought it was America. This is the drive home.
From the lake to Minnesota.
Brought to you by who all we brought to you by now? You getting all thing. Bring us back over here, Kill Nephew Dawson.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going back to the seats. We're going back to the seats, nephew. All right, give me 2 bold predictions for Ole Miss-Tulane in 2 hours. 2 bold predictions. You know what my bold prediction was this week?
I take it for a second. I need to.
Well, my bold prediction earlier this week was that those LSU coaches that have been in the building, that this would be the only game that they coach for Ole Miss. Ask me if I hold to that bold prediction
today.
Hold
to that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
How we doing? Good. Look, we got friends that are coming to say hey to us some more. But I still feel I think it's still a realistic possibility, but man, it's made for an awkward just situation. You know what I mean? All around. And come on in. We're live podcasting. Wave to the family. Wave to the fam. Look, what my friend here's got. He's got the Trinidaddy hottie toddy tag on. I love this. How you doing? How are you? Nice to meet you. I appreciate it. Hi, I'm Ben. Nice to meet you. Oh, now you got to wave. You're on an Ole Miss podcast. Wave. Say hey. Sydney is a Mississippi State family person, but you know what? We love her anyway.
She comes to school on this.
You're a Reb. You're through and through. She says she's not. I see you wearing red. I don't see no maroon on you, Sydney. All right, you can't hide that rebel girl. See, look at her. You got her all in, don't you? See. Hey, brother Jerry. Good to see you, brother.
Appreciate you coming by.
You know John Hickey?
I do. That's my uncle.
He
Yes.
He was my history teacher.
John Hickey, my Uncle John is his history teacher. So you're from Hickory Flat.
I was. I'm graduating now. I coach basketball at Pontotoc now. Shout out Raleigh Tipler and Gary Dixon and Kelby Johnson.
Hey, John.
And Kyle Hurt.
Hey, Uncle Johnny, who sits in the choir with me at Hillcrest Baptist Church. I got one of your students here fired up for the college football playoff. Thanks for visiting and saying hey.
Tell Coach Tipler I said hello, by the way. He's a good dude.
Well, Reverend Pontotoc, Ube just walked in front of the camera like it didn't matter. You know, he decides he's going to start. Appreciate it. Well, that's insane.
Raleigh Tipler.
My uncle taught him at Hickory Flat.
All right, I'm going to get to my bold predictions. Before I do, I want to say a special thank you to Alan Samuels, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Mason and the entire team have been fantastic to work with. They've been with us since the very beginning. We're so grateful for he and Brian, the entire team. Thank you, guys. Lance Reed and the entire Chick-fil-A West Jackson team in Northeast Oxford, 2 locations. Lance is great. He has been a huge supporter of ours, and we're so grateful for him. Hill Counseling and Chad Clardy, maybe the biggest Ole Miss fan I know, Ben. And Hill Counseling is
you know a lot of Ole Miss fans there. That's saying something, dude.
Built Different Fitness, boy. Those guys they're great, and we're going to give away a membership to Built Different Fitness. Shoot us a direct message. We'll love to get you in touch with them. They're on West Jackson Avenue. They can be your go-to spot to get healthy. That New Year's coming.
Yes, it is.
That New Year's coming like a freight train.
Them resolutions, baby.
Yeah, go ahead and shoot us a direct message. We'll get you in touch with Built Different Fitness. They can be your go-to spot today to get back in shape. College football playoff. Special thank you also to Take Charge, Small Business Payment Solutions, Blake Jones and his entire team.
My buddy Rob Tate in that ATL, Hot Atlanta. Rob Tate, another New Albany. You've been like baptized in New Albany today. You know that, right?
By the way, is Rob watching?
Yeah.
All right, Rob, by the way, I think my brother's coming to the game today. He'll say hello. Rob always gets a picture with me in Athens whenever Ole Miss is playing Georgia because he and my brother.
Rob's more ginger than I am.
Yeah.
He's got like freckles and stuff.
Great family. But thanks to Blake, one of our new sponsors here. Yes, Blake.
Ube's got an announcement. Shocker. Ube's got something to say.
Hey, this is a good announcement. So my team from Jacksonville, who's the umbrella company, have been watching the broadcast and also knows that we're family friends with Drew Horn, my college roommate, and his son Dawson, obviously. And
Cool
if we
nephew.
can get you guys on location next year, we'll come up with a deal and a price, and we're going to match that and donate it to St. Jude. That just happened on your
There you go.
broadcast right
Breaking
here.
news from Ube.
Thank you.
You can keep calling him Blake Jones. I'm not doing that.
You know,
like I didn't know Blake's name was Blake for like a year into our friendship.
Yeah. And real quick on St. Jude, my wife and I are huge proponents of St. Jude. Obviously, we have family history with that. So thank you, Blake. We're looking forward to continue to give to St. Jude. Dawson behind the camera, who provided a little Blue Christmas for us earlier. He'll be singing tonight at the library from 12 to 1.
That is insane.
At an Elvis tribute concert.
That is insane.
And
I want you to all show up because, dude, I have never understood why people love Elvis. Okay? It's a hot take, but I'm just going to call it what it is. I've never looked, but this man right here, he's a legit Elvis impersonator.
Yep. And
it's insane.
He also raises money for St. Jude, which is
he makes women feel things they haven't ever felt before. I haven't felt in 50 years.
Coming up on our noon deadline. And
we don't have a deadline. It's a podcast.
Well, you know, we're trying to be
we
fair to
control
everybody.
everything. We can't control the wind, but we control everything else.
The key for me is
I wanted the bold predictions.
The bold prediction is, I mean, I think there needs to be a nervousness about the offense.
Nervousness about the offense.
And the reason I say that is, you know, you don't win as much as Lane won here with him leaving and not possibly be a step back. I'm not saying there will be, but I do think there needs to be some cautiousness with this offense. I mean, I understand bringing Charlie Weiss back to the building, but I mean, as good a dude as he is, we know he's a great guy. He's a really good offensive coordinator, but he's going to be at LSU next year. I mean, that's just a fact of the matter. If he were in the building with Lane as head coach, there would be no distraction for the most part. I mean, if Lane wasn't flirt with all these other jobs, I'm just trying to look at this from an entirety.
Yeah.
And
A
I just think
holistic
that
point of view.
if they come out and sputter a little bit, I don't think that should be a surprise to anybody. So I think that's number one. Number two, I think the defense is going to be even better. I think because having Randall Joyner, having Pete, we heard from Brian Brown, who I was incredibly impressed with.
Love B. Brown.
Very impressed with. And having those
current superstar right there.
Having those guys in the building, I think are big. I think the defense is going to play well together. I think Tulane's going to struggle on offense. But I am a little concerned with Ole Miss's offense early because of the uncertainty of not having the guy you've had on the sideline that has the second winningest coach in Ole Miss history. I think that's just the way it is.
Well, see, that's why, like, if Charlie Weiss wasn't the offensive coordinator next week, which or for the Sugar Bowl, which is January 1st,
Yeah.
So they got 2 weeks to prepare for the Sugar Bowl if they win.
Yes.
Okay, good. That would make even more sense then why you would get them out of the building then. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that there's enough out there that I don't think it would be that big of a deal. One, because the similarities in JDB's offense comparatively. I mean, he was the passing game coordinator and tight ends coach for Lane. It's essentially the same system as far as tempo and everything else, schematics. The only thing that's different is the verbiage. And the verbiage is something that you can teach in 2 weeks, right? What is a certain call for Ole Miss and what is a certain call for ECU, East Carolina, now Ole Miss with JDB? You can marry that for 2 weeks because the defensive staff, I agree with you, has been there the entire time together. Hey, coach, that's my old offensive line coach right there, folks. He'll tell you right here now that Ben Garrett could really play offensive line well, couldn't he, coach?
I don't think that's true.
He said, see, he gave me credit. You're sitting here running me down,
I
co-host.
don't think that's very.
No, it's not true, but you don't have to be like that. They don't know. They could be thinking like there's some hidden. Now the man standing by Coach right there, that's Coach Merritt right there. Let me tell you about Coach Merritt. Coach Merritt's scary as hell. All right? That man will scare the hell out of me. Look, he's scaring at me now. Man, I'm afraid he's going to pull out a paddle and beat the shit out of me, man. You know? It's been a day.
It's been fun.
It's been a day here. But, like, I think that they could do that for 2 weeks. That's why I think it's a real possibility because I agree with you. Yeah, because I do agree with you. Like, I think it's going to be kind of clunky to start.
But if John
the one thing
that that's what it's going to look like for next year.
And
It takes away the clunkiness.
And what I really think too is we're not giving the players enough credit. Trinidad Shambles, who's been in this system now, he started these games for however long. Or Keywan Lacey, like you're not giving them credit. The same offensive line, same five has started every game but two this first 2 games. That's been the same starting five. The whole defensive staff is the same. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed or would change really is the play caller and who's running the practices. But let me tell you something. Practices are practices are practices. They are the same.
Right.
It's not like they're, they're going to lose something because Charlie's not calling practice or something. But even if it's not, it doesn't matter because if they get a win today, all that other stuff will figure itself out. I am so excited for Ole Miss fans. I am so excited for this community.
Yep.
I am so excited for just everyone who's been waiting for a day like this their entire lives. I, to be honest with you, didn't know what this little thing was going to be like for us. It's our first time trying it. And, there were tech problems. And there was a tent that went climbing up the Haley Barber Center for Manufacturing Excellence that I didn't know existed until today.
Yeah.
All right? We knew, some stuff has happened. But the joy and the excitement and the vibes, it's never felt like this. Never felt like this,
A lot
bro.
of people helped make this happen.
Oh, it's been crazy.
I want to thank Dawson and Drew and the entire New York.
Dawson's been a trooper over there.
Yeah, it was awesome. I want to say a special thank to Brandon Husband with Learfield, who has been a huge help during this process.
Howdy.
And so it's been a lot of fun. And Tyler Wooten with the Ole Miss Athletic Media Relations Office.
Sweetheart Tyler Wooten.
Yeah, been great to work with. I want to say a special thank you to the 2 people that helped make all of this possible. Not only this here, but that's Chancellor Boyce and Keith Carter. Both have been very open to.
He called me his hero. You said I can't even be good like middle school offensive lineman.
Special thank
What's wrong with you?
Hey guys.
See, fire me up. Come finish our show with us.
Yeah.
Come finish our. Thank you, brother.
Love
What's
you,
your name?
brother. David Chambers.
David Chambers. David, how long you been waiting for this day right here?
46 years at least.
At least
46 years.
What's it feel like out here today? Feels crazy, don't it?
Lovely.
Yes, sir. It feels real good to be out here in the Grove today. Hopefully, Ole Miss will pick up a win against – no, not hopefully. Ole Miss is going to whoop Tulane's tail today.
Score prediction. Almost 38-20.
Mine's going to be 45-7.
Woo-wee. Just like Drew from Modern Woman, who's put us in
45-10.
40, just like September. Just like September, you think?
We got that.
45-10. Man, this has been a trip, man. We've had
Can
people.
y'all believe Lane's going to be sitting in the fan?
Lane, you think he's going to? You think he shows up?
No, he's scared.
Because you know who are scared. That's hoe
Can't
tendency.
let a hoe be a housewife, baby.
They don't act right, Brad. They don't act right. Take us out of here.
Thank you guys.
Love you, Mr. Brad.
Man, appreciate y'all coming by.
Keep doing it.
Oh, thank
Keep
you.
doing what
Thank
we
you,
do.
brother.
This has been the drive home.
The drive
Now-
home with all of our friends.
Yeah.
And just get HYDR bourbon.
HYDR bourbon.
Is that a Grove Collective bourbon?
I don't know.
By the way, I talked with Walker Jones last night. Could not have been more excited about what's about to come for Ole Miss football.
Walker's a
He
superstar.
told me, he said, Ole Miss fans better buckle up.
Walker
because
Jones,
they will take care of this roster. That was his words.
fire me up.
So
that's the way to, like, let me tell you something. With all the messiness of the last 2 weeks, the one thing that has been a guiding force is, man, there are people in the building that, yes, love this place, but, like, they do their jobs well.
Yeah.
And to shortchange them, man, you got to give Walker so much credit. Keith Carter, Glenn Boyce, man.
Hey, Denson Hollis, the entire athletic foundation.
Javon Patterson.
Man,
these people are legit, man. So, like, Ole Miss ain't going anywhere. You just got to win here today.
Got to win today.
Got to win today.
We'll have everything for you covered at the end of the press conference.
The Ole Miss Spirit.
Got you. We'll be at the end of Pete Golding's press conference. You can join us live. We had over 500,000 views after the Egg Bowl. Hey, let's get up there again.
That's a lot.
Yeah, well,
how do you make money off of it?
After the game, you'll hear from us as Ben will be with me from the press box and hopefully breaking down a big Ole Miss win. Couldn't do what we do without all of our sponsors. But before we get to our sponsor, before we get out of here today, I'm telling you, man, I want to say a special thank you to Dawson, who's behind the camera, who's running everything.
Doing that thing.
He's been awesome. We could have done it without him.
No. And he's going to be closing down the library tonight.
He's got
after an Ole Miss win.
He's got a free pair of Dead Soxy socks being shipped to his house whenever we leave here. I
Ooh.
promise you that. So does
I haven't even gotten that.
So does Drew. He's got a free pair coming too because Drew's allowed us to use all of his stuff out here. The incredible people here at New Albany. It's been like the New Albany CVB.
Yeah.
So we're so grateful that
we run deep,
here.
bro. We run deep. I mean, we got some
negative
county
things.
folks over here, bro. It's Union County. And then Olive Branch because Uve is Uve.
Yeah.
Blake, his name is Blake Jones. Blake Jones of Take Charge. He's not Uve.
Our special pre-show of the drive home is brought to you by our friends at Adeline Samuels, Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Couldn't do what we do without them. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you so much. Chick-fil-A out West Jackson Avenue, and, of course, in Northeast Oxford. Thank you to Lance and his team. Hill Counseling and the #1 fan, Chad Clardy. Thank you, Chad. And thank you to Hill Counseling for being a great partner here on the drive home. And Built Different Fitness. Thank you guys so much out on West Jackson Avenue. They're your go-to spot to get in shape at the first of the year. Go ahead and give them a call. Give us a shout. We'll get you in touch with Built Different Fitness.
Built Different is going to be getting Ben Garrett. And I hope that y'all can make me be built different because right now I'm built like a potato. Or maybe like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
Well, I can promise you the crew over at Built Different Fitness can fix all
Yeah,
that.
like maybe it starts with, hey, Ben, stop eating donuts, do like 5 push-ups.
Yeah. And do us all a favor. When you go to these businesses, tell them you heard about it on the drive home pre-show and
Yes.
post-show. That means a lot to us. And once again, I mean, as we get out of here, I cannot put into words how much it means to us that all of you out there watching and listening, because it's incredible.
And the way they've showed up today, man,
Yeah.
it's been absolutely awesome.
It
And we thank y'all. Riverland Roofing does so much for us. And right now they're running a deal. As long as Ole Miss is in the playoffs, you can get like 2 maintenance sessions. I don't have it in front of me, but like Riverland Roofing's got a deal going on, and they've been so supportive of us. 662-644-4297, riverlandroofing.com. The Ole Miss Spirit sign up today. That's where I am all day, every day. I'm trying to get this nerd to be on it more. You know, he just won't get in there and talk all the time like I want him to. But he's there. He's there pretty regularly.
I'm there in spirit. I want to say a special thank you
No
to
pun intended.
Yeah, Tyler White and T. White's Custom Apparel. They're located in Florida, Mississippi. Let's see, it is T. White's HQ on Twitter/X and TWhites.com on the internet. They are my title and presenting sponsor of the Logan Media Network of all the college football wall-to-wall coverage. So thank you, Tyler, and your entire team.
And look, they're the cheerleaders. Get them, Dawson. Say cheerleaders. Say hey to the camera. The cheerleaders say hey to the camera. You're live on the break. Come over here.
What a great way to leave it.
What a great way to leave it. Say, hey, cheer on the Rebs. So long, everybody. You can't take a home to a housewife. Bye, friends. That's what makes it fun. The Ole Miss friends are here. And, yeah.
So long, everybody.
So long.
Good job.